talking.
No.
The intro's like an opportunity to
be
I like you guys' intros.
Yeah?
I am so hype up on the show.
Really? Are you really?
Oh my God.
I'm so ticked.
Shout out to Becky with the good hit.
Whoa.
We starting like that.
Shout out to
69, I get it.
Shout out to John Jones.
John Jones and Amanda Nunes.
Yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of CEO and Rome.
This is Yo.
And this is Rome, and this is episode number 69. 69. Yo, you already heard there's some extra voices
I'm sorry,
in the room. It's Serg and Zae from Fresh Room.
Yeah.
Fresh Room Podcast.
Hey.
I don't want to just say Fresh Room Podcast because you guys clearly have the YouTube channel and other things going on.
Sure, right.
So thank you for joining us. You know, these guys have had us on their show before.
Dope episode.
Yeah.
Really great experience.
Really funny.
It's going to be a shit show. Just prepare you guys.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah.
you guys are really good, like, supporting platform, I feel, for like all entertainment arts in the Tampa Bay. So there's a
Thank
strong
you.
appreciation for that.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
really dope.
Blush
So
over here.
let's get a few housekeeping things out of the way. First thing, best podcast of 2018.
Undisputed.
I want everyone to
Best female
know
podcast of 2018.
2018. There we go.
best
Oh, you guys are?
podcast
Give it to them.
of
man.
2018.
Make it happen.
We did receive a dispute, but I received a follow-up note that it was facetious. It wasn't an actual dispute.
Yes.
And also that the clip that was submitted during the dispute was from an episode from 2016,
So it's
which
invalid.
would have automatically disqualified
Correct.
the dispute, even if it were valid.
Haters.
So this is the last episode of 2018.
Wait, I want to
God.
say something for those out there that don't know what facetious means. Just in case I'm
Yes,
here for you
please.
guys, it's a bunch of bullshit.
I know a lot of
basically,
people don't
okay?
know.
It's the professional way of saying bullshit.
Right.
You can
So-
say it in the
Facetious.
workplace.
Oh, you can.
Yeah,
No,
I've
you
said it
can.
I know
actually.
you can.
I
That's why I'm
have.
laughing.
I've actually used it in an
My
email.
mom-
That's the first time I heard it. I was like, what?
Smacked in the mouth for saying it.
Listen, my mom taught me at a very young age, you can call someone a pig. It all depends on the pig way that you say it.
Okay.
Can I learn these big
Yeah,
words?
what's
Tone
the
is
pig way?
everything.
What's another pig way?
Anyways,
Okay.
I want to know. I want
He
to know.
doesn't want to reveal his
you
secret.
call
Okay.
someone facetious instead of saying you're a fucking idiot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel that. So, another big thing. Yo, we got a big influx of people buying merch. So, if you want to do
Hoodies
that, head on
deck.
over to afgoclothing.com, search CO in Rome.
Yeah, and we have a discount code for you guys. That's Zio and Rome 15 gets you 15% off. Copy something, take a picture, let us tag you in it. I mean, tag us in it. Let us shout you out.
Whatever, just like get it to us and then we'll get it to
We'll
the
show you love
community.
back. Yeah.
Share it out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, because they can tag us or they can send it to us privately and then we can share it.
I'm still waiting for a couple pictures.
So, listen, I want to be 100 with the merch.
And I got a question for you after.
Yeah.
I gotta get this
So,
away from
so
her.
I'm gonna be 100 with the merch. I don't think the audio's picking that up. So the thing with the merch is that I have a really good relationship with the people that run it. Okay, and if you guys, anyone that knows anything about T-shirts,
Yeah.
there's like this new like printing that you can do with the ink straight from a printer, and I think that's what they use.
Okay.
And
I
it goes
don't-
right on the fabric.
Yep,
Right
it goes
on.
straight to the fabric. Now I don't know if the salt and vinegar smells coming from the ink.
No, it
Or
does
from the
smell.
merch.
It
Salt and
does.
vinegar?
It like when you open the package for some reason, and everyone says the same exact thing to
Like, it
us.
has
Even
an
we've said
interesting
it
smell.
smells like salt and vinegar.
Just turn your shit inside out.
Wash it.
Throw it in the wash.
You'll be fine.
I could have a conversation with these guys about the quality, but listen, this is a very budget operation.
No.
This is a
but there's
budget
no winning.
operation. Just work with us. When we out here balling on the corporate level, then we could get rid of smells and stuff. But right now,
Yeah.
shit's coming from China, probably. I don't know.
And that's why it's
Who
taking.
doesn't like salt and vinegar though?
That's what
Like,
I'm saying. Like,
Ships of the
when I
shit.
first opened mine, I was like, "Damn, this shit smells good. I'm hungry."
Yeah.
No,
My
no.
question about the merch though, do you guys see yourself doing like is it more of like just something to get like the name of the podcast out, or do you guys see it more like, oh, we can design like our own clothes out of this, etc.?
I mean, I see it as a branding opportunity. I think branding visibility is really, really important.
Conversation piece.
And the thing that I like about our logo is that it's kind of vague. It doesn't say "See on Our Own Podcast" unless I updated the logo
No, it just says
I think
Seal and
I updated for like this banner.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's like, it's an interesting, the jars are interesting combination. And then it starts a conversation like, what's Seal in Rome? And then it gives people an opportunity to talk about the podcast. So
People usually also say, why the bullets? Why sugar, spice, and the
Rome. He's sending
bullets?
shots.
yeah.
Man, not everything's nice.
Yeah, this
Not
shit's
everything's
crazy.
nice.
So, yeah, I want to thank everybody who's been copping merch lately. Continue to share, and then we'll keep that rocking. So, I want to wish everyone a very happy new year, and I want to talk a little bit about something that I've been noticing as of late. I feel like as we approach the new year, we get the black chick going up the stairs with letters on it. But this year, the black chick is wearing some house clothes. And it's like a bunch of trash bags
I'm
with
really
things.
confused by everything that's
Okay.
happening.
Oh, maybe it's a black Twitter thing and y'all ain't
Yeah,
invited.
we're in
Wow.
Y'all wasn't invited.
Well, Twitter's my thing, though.
Hey.
You only got Twitter because I told you about Twitter.
Inclusivity.
Hey, he's
Inclusivity.
Dominican. He's got some black in him.
Yo, y'all
I
black,
just did the
but I'm more
ancestry
black.
shit.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
did?
Yeah, my brother did.
You got to
Yeah.
do it.
Which by result, I kind of get to see it.
Now you
It's
got to do your
different.
own because you
Why?
get 50% of the DNA from your mom, 50% of the DNA for your dad, and you get a totally separate 50% than any
From
other
each one.
sibling.
What was your brother?
Well, we were like Spain, Portugal, and Cameroon.
You really got to do your own, dude.
Yeah.
You really, really do. Because imagine like
He's like,
100
damn, I don't want
dots,
to pay those
right?
$70 though. I get it. I get
Imagine
it.
that each parent
I
has
don't
100
even-
dots, right?
Yeah.
You only get 50 of those dots from each parent. You got a totally separate set.
But we have the same parents. That doesn't matter.
But if you have the same parents, you could get a separate set of DNA from your dad than your brother
Damn,
did.
this is
oh,
like
gotcha.
genealogy class.
It can have like a separate combination.
So back to Twitter.
Okay. So,
Black
okay,
Twitter.
let me tell y'all what's going on. So there's this cartoon, I'm sure you've seen it, and it's like a lady
Clearly
that's
we
got
haven't.
shopping bags, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then there's steps that she's going. It's like she's going upstairs after she was shopping. So the shopping bags have things that represent things she's bringing into the
I've
new
seen
year.
this. I've seen
And then
this.
the steps has shit that she's like, fuck
Reaching
this,
for,
fuck that,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
whatever. So it talks about, it's symbolic of the things that you leave behind. And this year, and things that are going into new year, whatever. So this year, I was waiting for the cartoon, and it's a little different. It's less glamorous. This year, it's a chick taking out the trash. She's wearing like house clothes, and the top of the meme says, "Don't forget, don't forget to take out the trash before 2019." And she's like whipping a bag, but there's like a pile of other bags that say like "fake friends." This,
I see.
that,
Okay, yeah,
whatever. So I'm like, man, I'm so sick of this shit. So here's my little rant.
That wasn't it.
No, y'all didn't know what it was, so I had to let y'all know what the deal
You
is.
had to
Break it
explain it to
down.
us. We know what
Go
you was
ahead.
talking about. Yeah.
Yo, I feel like you don't have to wait for the new year to get rid of fake friends.
Facts.
True.
That
That's
always
true.
makes the list.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
nigga, if you're a fraud, it could be like. It could be April Fool's Day. It could be my birthday. It could be a Saturday at 2 p.m.
Yeah,
it could
for
be
real.
any day. Like, if I don't fucks with you, like, you don't get
Facts.
the courtesy of waiting until a checkpoint,
Yeah.
fam.
Facts.
What's up with that?
I've had to cut off a lot of people 2018.
I don't know.
Just
I
had
don't
to
know what
last
it was
week.
the deal with waiting for the new year. Like, you're right. People grind me to you in the middle of the year. Bye. Like,
Yeah.
there ain't no need to
People
keep.
I
get
haven't
Wow.
seen a lot of New Year, New Me shit though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yo,
I'm
I
so
think
over
everyone
that.
knows that that's whack.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm
She
gonna
said
tell you.
that. You would think so at this
I
fucking
mean,
point.
I was that girl though. I'm not gonna front.
New
I can go
year,
back to like
new
2012.
me.
I hate
It's an
Facebook for that.
opportunity.
They reminds you of shit
Yeah,
that
and
you
I'm
put
like,
out.
oh,
I'm
I
like,
was that basic
Fuck.
bitch. I
Yo.
was that basic bitch. Got it.
I feel like
That's how I don't use Facebook.
yo, New Year, New Me is like an opportunity to subliminally tell someone, yo, if you don't hear from me or you see me switch it up, nigga,
Yeah.
you already know the shit I'm on.
it's-
Or to let
you.
the people that you have cut off know that
It's a subliminal
I'm
way to
bigger
just
and better
kind of
now.
like let them know
I can see that.
indirectly.
I can see that.
And that means you're a fucking coward, which is whack too.
Yeah, because
Either you gonna let 'em know or
like,
not
yo,
let 'em
I'm
know.
not fucking with you no more. There's
If you
nothing wrong
cut
with
someone
that.
off, do you feel they deserve a
Ooh, I was just
conversation or
gonna
depends
not?
on what they
ask that.
do.
We're such friends.
What?
It depends on
Got
what
us
they
fucking psyched.
what they did. Like, for real. Like, if depends on like why you're cutting them off. If it's over some shit like you don't see each other for like you like say you're friends with somebody and you see each other every weekend and then it's like every other weekend and then once a month and be like, you know what, we're going apart. that deserves a conversation.
So that's
But-
the slow fade.
yeah, that deserves
That's
a
the slow
conversation.
ghost.
Yeah.
So two things though, right? So there's always those friends that you can literally go like months without talking to, and y'all pick up like,
Oh yeah,
That's right.
like
That's
nothing
true.
ever happened.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
But
Yeah.
then you got the other ones that like if you don't hit them up on some every week
They
or
feel
every
some
other
type
day,
of
they're
way.
like, oh, you
Yeah.
They act
forgot
like
about
they're your
like, bro,
lover.
listen, yeah, like I can't deal with those type of people.
Wait for your love.
Oh,
That's my
Lord.
ringtone, guys. for everybody, not just for Zay. Not
That's
just
for
for
Zay.
Zay.
Serge got an album
For
coming
everybody.
out.
Hey, you guys,
We
you
wanted
guys
let
actually
you
need to
guys
have a
know.
conversation after this.
That was for
I don't
everybody.
know. I was
going through
impressed.
some things back in the day.
It was dark times. Dark
It
times.
was dark times. Thank
But
you.
the second thing I was gonna say is things that mainly affect relationships, especially like friendships, is money, women, and I feel like miscommunication.
I feel like anything that's disrespectful, because even if you have good communication, if a nigga continue to try you after you had a conversation,
Yeah.
after a while, it's
Yeah,
like,
it's over.
yo, you a disrespectful motherfucker.
Yeah, I
True.
just cut people off. I usually don't do this.
Social
Like if it's
media too plays
if
a
it's
part.
like the disrespectful thing, I'm not having a conversation with you. Like we're both adults, you know how to behave. So if you can't, then I'm
I have to admit, I'm like I'm very psychologically manipulative. And the thing is, like, it's
heard
not
it
that
here
I want to be that way.
just-
I don't look like,
it's in
ooh,
you.
who can I manipulate today, fam? You know, it's not like
it just
that.
happens.
The Joker and
It's
shit in
not-
the corner. like-
she's doing the Birdman. She's doing the Birdman. I'm talking to all three of y'all.
Like, oh, man.
Oh, shit.
Dog beef.
See?
Dog.
So my thing is, like, I feel that if I got some shit to get off my chest and I'm dealing with someone who's just an asshole, very dismissive, if I know that when I go to address them, they're going to make a bunch of excuses, I feel like I'm not going to come to them with the information because I'm going to get tight when I'm trying to express myself to them, and they're acting like it's not a big deal. So I'd rather do the deep ghost, and they'd be like, yo, homie, what happened?
Yeah.
Because then they're going to be more inquisitive, and they're going to probably be more likely to listen. So I like the hybrid of slow ghost and then be like, well, since you asked,
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
a lot to say.
Well,
You know what I mean?
See, I'm the opposite. If I got a problem with you, I'm gonna let you know right up front. Like
this
I'm-
nigga straight up will
we
go
ain't
up to
waiting.
people. Yeah.
We ain't waiting until tomorrow. I'm not hitting you up later on to like talk it out. If I see you in public, we talking about it. Period.
I'm very confused about what's going on, but we're going to keep it pushing. Okay.
Whoa.
Time out, you guys. I got to pause this.
He was creeping me the fuck out.
Yo, sorry for the little weirdo shit, but these dogs,
The spirit of DMX was in these dogs.
the spirit of yo,
The
that
spirit
was good.
of DMX.
That was good,
That
actually.
was really
God damn.
That's the episode name.
God, the spirit of DMX.
Wow. I think that
Anyway.
shit was so bad that we got to change the fucking.
What was the conversation? I was
We were
lost.
talking about like,
Ghosting people and people doing you
and how to handle
dirty
that.
and talking to them afterwards.
Got it.
Yeah, I think we're good on that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to toss the ball to someone for the next topic because it is episode 69 and all the rest of my notes are kind of sexual.
Oh, I like that. So let me say something really quick.
Okay.
I know that you guys have notes too, so we want to touch on those.
Okay.
But I actually have a question for you guys because we talk a lot about I wonder what guys think or I wonder this, but
Yeah.
we never actually get.
Let's just say that our
guys
group chat
here.
is lit.
Yeah, we have a group chat. It's super lit.
These are like my conscience.
For real.
We just
Female
say things out
conscience.
loud that you may not. Got it.
Yeah.
So, what's actually your opinion on girls that have dude mentalities and sometimes behave like men? Now, I'm not talking like androgynous girls that are like extremely tomboyish, but like girls that just think like guys.
Think like a nigga.
Yeah, just think
Yeah.
like a nigga. And like sometimes, like for example, I'm to blame on this. When I get upset, you know, the hand clapping starts. I'm doing the
All that
crazy
Cardi,
Bronx.
the spirit of
Yeah.
Cardi takes over.
Exactly.
Do
like
you think it's more of the
the boogie down in me?
yeah, or
Yeah,
like
for sure.
the ethnic background?
That may have a lot to do with it.
It's
The
just in your
spicy
blood,
Latina.
really.
Yeah.
It's in the blood. But I mean, yo, I'm actually surprised. There's so many females out here that think like niggas now. It's
Really?
There's a lot of them. Yeah. There's
It's-
a
I
lot.
feel like back in our day, I mean, this is our day still,
It's always my day.
but I feel like when we were younger, I feel like I was a standout in that regard,
Mm-hmm.
but it was because I had so many male friends that I was like really, really hip.
Yeah, you take. Yeah.
You caught on essentially. And
Take
But
some of those attributes.
I don't know. I wonder what's causing that shift to where
like you realize there's females out here getting cash app lunches. Like
Facts.
there's females out here getting like
The
just
finesse is
gifts
real.
for, you know, hey, I fuck with you, you're my friend, but niggas is trying to you know,
shoot the shot.
It's like shooting the shot, but females now are like, I don't have to fuck with you.
Yeah.
I could just, you know.
You doing this because you want to do this, not 'cause
Right. I don't have that. Exactly. Whereas before, females more were like, oh, well, he's giving me this. I kind of like have that
him
pressure.
I still feel like some
Yeah.
girls, like, even though they got that nigga mentality, they still like got that female mentality. It takes over. Like, you know how they want to.
That's that emotion.
Yeah, that emotion like gets.
But
You
I
know
mean,
what I'm
that's
saying?
as
very
a woman,
factual.
though. Yeah, as
Yeah.
a woman, you have that already.
It don't matter what they say. Oh, I'm just like one of the guys. No, bitch. You're
No, it's the
still a
truth.
girl. You still gonna catch feelings. You still gonna be hurt.
That's true.
You still got something
know,
visiting
bro.
you once a month. Like that.
So-
niggas don't do that.
I'll speak to that. Like for me, as far as like my platonic friendships,
Mm-hmm.
like shit's cool. I'm not gonna talk about football and stuff because I feel like even if I was a dude, like just sports aren't my thing. Okay, but like I feel like I could kick it with the homies and it's cool, whatever. As soon as I catch the feels, I'm just like,
There
is
you
he gonna
go.
text
See?
me?
That's what I'm saying.
So, but do you guys feel a certain type of way of girls that are like that, or like do you like, oh, she's cool because she thinks like a dude, or is it like, damn, this bitch thinks like a dude, I can't fuck with her?
Nah, I don't mind it. To me personally, I feel like cool. Like she's got a perspective on like, you know, being a girl. Like like with you guys, like when I asked you all a question on the group chat, y'all gave me like your honest opinion. I was like, oh, okay. Like the whole you know thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like I feel comfortable with talking to you like you one of my boys, but then I get that perspective that one of my boys can't give me.
Right.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna speak to the ladies that are kind of like have these tomboy type personality things going on. Like, it's cool to relate to guys and for men to feel comfortable speaking with you because you don't act like a stupid little bitch that's like brainless. Like,
Yeah,
unfortunately, there's a lot
or
of
some shit.
like 'cause sometimes guys will be talking to girls and be like, man, I feel like I can't hold a real conversation because
Yeah.
her interests are just so out of line with the things that impact
right.
all of us on a day to day. And unfortunately, there are women that fit that, right? So let's
niggas
say,
really care though.
I mean, it depends on the objective, right? I think it's a breath of fresh air when you
For
find
real.
someone you
Yeah.
can relate to on that.
Not
on
only
that
is it a
wave.
breath of fresh air, but it also allows you guys to connect on a deeper
Yeah.
level because you have.
But if
more
a
of
nigga's
those
just
things.
trying to fuck,
Right.
That
But if you're
shit-
trying to
there's
fuck,
a lot of
out the
finesses
window.
out
you're
there.
like,
yeah.
oh, you want to be a nurse? Yeah. Anyway, so my point is, so for women that take pride in, I'm like, yo, I'm like, what are the niggas? Like, you have to have a balance with femininity, right? Because it's attractive for one.
Right.
The second piece of it is when you're in a relationship, if you start to act like the alpha, the only nigga you gonna have a successful relationship with is a nigga that's bitch made.
Some soft nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you can only be with someone who's comfortable being in a submissive role, which, this is a good segue into being a cuckold. The only homie you could be with is someone that's a cuckold.
what the fuck is a cuckold?
The
'Cause
niggas that like let another nigga
Fuck
smash their wife
they
while he's
wife.
there,
oh my god!
and he's beating his meat while this nigga's.
Yeah.
First of all,
you
time
wanna-
out. I'm so glad we don't know that. Second of all, I'm concerned about what the fuck is happening here.
How does she know this?
We just had a conversation with someone.
It's a topic.
Go.
So I have this friend, right?
No.
Damn.
He's not the
Damn. I need
cuckold.
some water.
He's not the cuckold.
Mm.
He's not the cuckold.
Oh, okay.
He's the
He's the
cuckold.
cooker.
So he's the
He's
one
the-
smashing while the other guys.
Yeah.
We were just talking about.
Okay, so homie is very like he's just a very sexual person, which I know everyone's like all men are, but he's just like into like a wide array of different types of
that's wild.
sex.
And he's super transparent about being that way.
in fact, he's
okay with
interested in
it.
being on the show and anonymously. So
Oh shit. Okay.
So he hits me up on a FaceTime and we're just chatting. I'm thinking, how was your day? And he's like, man, I just went through some crazy shit. And I'm like,
Holy
okay.
fuck.
Like what? He was like, yo, man, I was fucking this bitch and her husband was watching and the shit got weird. I'm like,
Yeah, like,
Nah, that's too dangerous.
I need
dog.
more details.
I've been watching too much ID. Niggas be getting shot for shit like that.
So homie's like, I go to, I'm not going to name the coffee spot, but he goes to a coffee spot, right? And this Polynesian or Thai chick rolls up on him, like very aggressively exchanges the information. Once they start texting, she's like, okay, my man's a cuckold, which again is a man that likes to watch me get fucked by other men. She's like, I've never been with a black man before.
My chest hurts.
And here are the things that I expect. So he asked her if he's into
God.
cream pieing.
Oh God.
So he's like,
Do we need to explain that as well?
No, nah,
okay.
Got it.
So he's like, I'm with it. So being that they
20
both
years
planned
Pornhub
on,
experience on this.
since they both planned on that, they both went and got tested. So this is a whole
So
production.
Yo, there's like
a whole
It was
process.
legit.
There's an application.
Yeah.
It was like
Yes.
song forms or signed.
There's a
Yes.
deposit. NDAs. need to be
Apparently, it's a whole production.
I'm not mad at the whole
and
testing
it's
thing.
crazy because
Nah.
I remember him telling me the
They're
week
safe.
before that he was going to get tested, but I didn't ask. So it's none of my business. So it was for this, I'm assuming now, right? So he's like, all right, are you down for being recorded? So he's like, yeah. The situation, he shows up, she's wearing like some latex shit, right? So he's like, I'm down for being recorded as long as you guys don't show my face. So he comes in.
Yeah,
The boyfriend comes in the room on all fours,
Man.
wearing a mask.
How do you get a boner? Like how?
Homie comes in the room, crawling in the room with a mask on, fam. So homie's like starting to fuck the chick. Shit's getting kind of crazy. And I guess she started to dry out, right? So my homeboy, being that he's done this before, starts like berating the boyfriend. Like, yo, son, come eat this bitch's pussy, fam.
Yo, he's a natural.
He's
He
a
is
natural.
That's what you do. I mean, if you're in that kind of situation, I think that's the appropriate.
Then
thing to
mind
do.
you, leading up to this sex experience, she changed her mind on the cream pie thing, but they still wanted to fuck raw. So she's on top riding the shit out of homeboy, and he's letting her know, like, yo, I'm about to bust. He said it like 3 times. She ain't get up.
Yeah.
So then he did the
We've all
thing.
been
Is
there.
that a
That's how
rule?
we got kids.
Is that a rule?
The
Is that a
tap.
rule?
You do the tap.
Yeah, everybody like, yo, get up, get up,
So
get up,
wait,
get up.
is that a rule though? Like if she doesn't get up, you're still gonna
He
let
could
her
have
off.
threw her
That's
off.
Bro, how do you like?
If she's
What are you gonna
Puerto
do?
Rican,
Throw
she's holding
her!
on even tighter.
Like
well,
no,
not me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
I'm gonna tell you right now, like a nigga's brain goes blank when like that moment's about to happen. Like you're not thinking about anything.
No,
Toes
Serge,
curl.
I think that's just you. That's why you have 3
That's
girls.
it. Maybe.
You
Yo.
need some fucking good
Yo, I'll tell her like, yo, get up, get up, get up. But if they don't stop, yo, all right, you know what's happening.
Apparently, Shorty's such
You
a
know what's
beast
coming.
that she'll even make homeboy eat her, like her boyfriend, eat her pussy after the nigga busting her shit.
Yes.
Yo,
And he will.
Yo, there's so many levels. to
And he
everything
has a
right
micro
now.
penis. So
That's
that
probably
leads a
why.
lot to why this is a thing.
what the fuck?
Poor guy.
Bro, there's
What
so
if he
many
doesn't
Is
want?
he rich? Are they rich?
What if he
speechless.
Oh,
he
well, then
doesn't-
I feel like that's some rich nigga shit
What
right
if he
there.
doesn't want to be this way, and like he just is forced to be that way because he has a micro penis? So he's just like, fuck it. You know, I really don't like my girl getting fucked by other niggas, but I can't fuck her. So
Yeah.
Apparently, she loves his personality, but sexually, it's very difficult. I can see how micro penis will make it difficult. There's only but so
That's
many
like
things
that's like
you
when
can
soldiers
do.
come back and they're like shit's blown off. Like they got wives at home and like I don't know. I feel
I'm
like
guessing he's single,
Yeah.
right?
Which
my
one?
homeboy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, no, nigga. I
Singlish.
can't imagine like.
But
I
that's
don't
like his job, though.
No, he's
That's
down
not
for
his
whatever.
side.
He's into different things.
know. Did he get paid for this?
Nah,
That was free.
nah.
Damn.
Yo,
That's a
there's
business opportunity right there.
So, like, there has to be like a website or some shit where.
People go to do this.
Yeah,
Yo, he
like-
just was going to get coffee and it all rolled out from there.
God damn, I need to be black.
Which, speaking of, I don't want to keep running into topics, but this has been a very active week. I'm sorry, I'm like hogging the mic.
No, you're
So-
good.
I want you to tell
I-
me, like, when you have a friend like that, how do you, we're all not judgmental, but you got to be like, holy shit, like. What kind of guides
I'm
somebody?
entertained.
Like what guides somebody to make that decision? Like me as a dude, I couldn't do that.
I think that what happens when you have guys with insatiable, like sex drives,
Yeah.
insatiable. Is that
Appetite.
what it is? I thought it was insatiable.
I think that's a whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Well, either
we
way.
get what you say.
Y'all know the word I'm trying to use is when you cannot find 100% satisfaction
Right.
ever. I feel like those types of guys, those are the ones that are more likely to experiment with
These different
orgies,
avenues,
swinging,
That's
all these
sad, though,
different
think
things.
about
Because
it.
no matter what, they're constantly chasing that ultimate satisfaction. They can't get it.
I
right.
had
So
a
is he
home.
a sex addict then? Like, is
I would
that
say
considered
that's.
a sex?
I would say
I
that's
don't know
falling in
him
line
well
with
enough to say he is.
Yeah.
I
but
think for people who
he probably
continue
is.
to like want sex even after they finish having sex, I think that's sexual addiction.
I don't know. I remember a while ago I had a homeboy tell me, he's like, hey, he's like, if I ask you to do something, would you do it? I was like, what are you talking about?
Whoa.
And he's like, yo, there's this girl at my job. She's Brazilian, and I'm trying to smash. I'm like, okay, what do you need a ride over or something? He's like, no, she wants to have a threesome. And I was
He
like,
asked
what?
you?
Yeah. And I was like,
Is he still your friend, or
Nah,
did
we're
you
not friends
ghost
no more.
him?
Nah, we're not
Okay,
friends
was
no
you?
more.
Did you ghost him because he asked you to have a threesome?
yo,
with him?
I looked at that nigga different. I was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, like,
Yo, hold on a
Wait,
minute.
but you
Isn't
guys-
that a
wait,
man's
cool?
dream?
no, we were cool. Like, that was my
No,
homeboy.
wait, time out.
But
Let me
I
explain
never would have
something.
thought that nigga was gonna ask me
I've
that in
seen
my
two
life.
homies smash one chick.
That's
and
a
they like,
train.
That's
From
one right
a
after the other,
man's
but both
standpoint.
at the same time. That's what I'm saying. Like both, I like running
So
the train
some
is
DP
different.
shit.
Yeah, like
Pornhub search, I got
yeah,
it.
there you go.
Oh, not take turns.
No, not take turns.
Oh, no, no,
Nah,
Either
see,
no.
way,
like,
though,
there.
two niggas and one chick is not a man's dream of a threesome.
Nah, it's not.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, I've seen two homies smash one chick, and they're not looking at their homeboy any kind of way.
But
So
how close
it's
were
a
they,
difference
though?
between taking turns and DPing.
Yeah.
Right? So I
I
get
actually
that.
have a cousin who had a threesome with a friend of the family, and like, so it was two guys and a girl.
Yeah.
And they brought in like the little washcloth towels into the room with them so that they would never be looking at each other. So
other?
like when they person would come out, they would like cover themselves with the washcloth.
They were like the Bird
and-
Box.
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
blindfolded.
Bird Box for dicks.
They were Bird Box blindfolded. They're like, yo, I don't know what I'm
everywhere.
touching, but I'm hoping that her leg is this hairy.
Yeah,
This shit is
that's-
everywhere. The
was
fucking
good.
Bird Box.
Wow.
That's actually the
Good.
title of this.
The
Bird Box for dicks.
Bird Box for Dick.
Yo, I like that.
With our fucking face on the cover. Like,
Yeah, there you go.
hey, Bird Box for dicks.
Blindfolded.
Have you guys seen Bird Box?
I'm not
have
watching
not.
it.
No,
You have
that
not
shit's
watched
too
it.
polarizing.
We
dog.
started to, but we had a really long night that night.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
I heard it was like The Happening. I was like, nah, this ain't happening.
My
man.
spirituality, like, I don't know. I've heard that for people who are spiritually sensitive, this isn't a good
Really?
thing to watch.
Well,
That's
it's
what I heard. And I
I
heard
can
there's a
see
lot
that.
of hidden meetings and things like that.
Yeah. It's based off of, if you want to look this up beforehand, it's based off the Legend of Cthulhu.
Okay, who's
So-
Cthulhu?
So it's
Sounds
a whole
Hawaiian.
it's a whole different, like, you know, everybody has like different religions. Like we have the
It's a
rapture.
deity,
If you're
yeah.
Christian, you know that's what would happen, and everybody starts leaving. Cthulhu is more so where, like, this, like, psychokinetic, like, creature that will make you see shit that is like your worst fear, or like make you feel a certain amount of guilt. What the movie does that's different than what the story of it is that the movie has these people killing themselves once they see Cthulhu in a way, and then they kill themselves.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So it's like
nice to
they
know what
definitely
the
not watching it now.
inspiration is behind
there's
a
different
concept.
shit. Yeah. It's different things that they grab from the, like, you guys watch Stranger Things before?
Or the concept behind the
Yes.
inspiration.
So
That shit
Stranger
is-
Things takes certain parts of the legend the same way. It just takes liberties with it and makes it its own thing.
Interesting.
But the same way that, like, people go into the upside down in Stranger Things, it's the same shit, just portrayed in a different way.
Got it. Well, I don't know if I'll watch it. I need to give it some more thought, or maybe do a little bit of research to see.
Yeah,
like,
I
if
like-
can
I
get
like
it.
looking
research.
into
It kills it
research
for
and
me.
shit.
I'm like, damn.
So, I have another thing that I kind of wanted to bring up because you were talking about how there needs to be a website for cuckolds and cuckoldies and all of that.
And there is like,
I mean, there
has to
be
TrumpSupporters.com or some shit like that. Isn't it?
Which one? What you
The TrumpSupporters.com.
Trump
What is
supporter-
it? Like the
Wow.
website where Trump supporters can date each other?
Yeah. So I was kind of dabbling with dating apps, but I made a recent decision to just not use them anymore.
Yeah.
Because I've been going out more and been working on being social with people. And how do I want to talk about this? So I'm going to put it to you like this. So I met someone recently.
Oh Lord Jesus.
That changed your mind
shit.
on everything? essentially?
No, but it made me think like, yo, I need to do more of like just connecting with people in general, even if it's just platonic. You know, like there's something that you just don't get from meeting people online or whatever.
I agree.
Yeah, that's true.
But the sex part, because everything's sex from here on out for me. The sex part for me.
she's just like a teacher.
Theo, are you
over there,
okay?
Yo, for real.
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's going on with you?
Theo.
What's going on with
You got
me?
teacher vibes, bro.
Teacher vibes.
Me?
Yeah.
Waiting for the class to settle
Yeah,
down.
son.
Nah, I just go ahead.
Okay. The thing I want to talk about is like I had a very interesting experience with someone and we had no like sexual or intimate experience together at all. Not even a
Yet.
kiss.
She said yes.
Yeah, it's
Not even a kiss.
Okay.
But you know how when after you
You
fuck
lie. I'm calling you out. You lie. You like this
shit.
teacher vibe now, don't you though? You like this teacher vibe now.
okay.
be honest. Be honest.
There was closeness,
okay.
but there was no
You felt it
penetration.
poking through.
Do you see how
You
she's
felt
saying
it
close?
too close.
Good breath though.
Clothes
Good
were
breath.
on.
Good breath.
Clothes were on. Okay. There was no penetration and there was no kissing. Okay.
Taking
This
it back
is-
to like the middle school days.
Okay,
man.
this is the question.
Taking ass.
All right.
people.
All right.
You know when you like fuck someone for the first time, you
Yup.
feel that rejuvenation and you're like, woo!
Does that happen for guys too?
Especially when you've been wanting the pussy.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and then like you get it and you're like the next day it's like everything's perfect the next day. Nothing can
Or
really get you
yeah.
upset.
You know what it is that you work so hard for it.
It feels like yo,
If
I've
you
reached
work
the
hard
mountain.
for it.
But
Yeah.
even if you didn't work hard for it, if you think
didn't, it's more
shorty's
of
bad and you're like,
yo,
ooh.
I did my thing. I'm the type of nigga to roll over and be like, yeah, I did
It's
my
like you
thing.
got a theme song playing in your head.
and then I'll
it's
like, just look
like,
at her face like, yeah, I did my thing.
yeah, and you're like, yo, I'm that nigga for the next
Yeah,
24
yeah,
hours
absolutely.
and
Straight
all
up.
that. Like, that
Sometimes you
happens
just
with us
got a
too.
world domination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. World
Yeah.
domination.
You gotta get that world.
So I normally feel that, like, if I conquer something, especially if it's new,
That's the proper word, conquered. I feel like
and in this case,
See, but the whole fact that you're thinking that way,
I felt that way without any sex,
girls
Without
are thinking
any
like
Yeah.
niggas now.
kissing, and but I think it's because it was so refreshing, like the conversations we
Yeah.
were having, and it's like, yo, this is clicking, and I like this, and I feel like I'm being kind of sadistic in a sense to myself because I want to keep the build going
Oh,
before I smash. To
So
where the
basically
shit's
she's
like
a
an
tease. Is basically what she's
well,
saying.
but I feel like it's more from
she's
myself.
building herself
but
up,
what if-
man.
so-
What happens if
Devil's
when you
advocate,
do smash and the sex is whack?
I feel like it's not gonna be.
because
what-
you've built yourself
But-
to the point where
yeah.
you're interested in
I
it.
so
don't know.
excited.
I feel like based on certain questions that have been asked, I feel like even if the dick game's whack, which I'm gonna have faith
Have you
that
seen the
it's
person
not.
dance yet? Have you seen
Yeah.
the person dance? Okay.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
It was dirty whining.
I just feel like it's gonna be really nice if and when it does happen.
If and
But it's
when.
been a really long time since just talking to someone that I'm like, woo. Has that happened for any?
It has. It has.
It happens to me every time I have sex.
No,
I feel great
if
the
you-
next day.
No, I'm saying, have you ever just had a conversation
Oh,
with
we're
someone?
talking about conversation, not sex. Got it.
Damn.
No, I'm just saying you feel the same, like that same release of endorphins from having sex, but just from it. I feel like sapiosexual. That's what's going on.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
feel
if
like I'm being
someone can-
sapiosexual
Okay.
with this person.
If someone can
gotta
trigger
find a
your mind
reference
like
point
that, I
for
think
it.
that's
No, I
appealing.
used to think I was sapiosexual back in the
Oh,
day.
what
used to think. So why
Yeah.
don't you think that anymore?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because I feel like if you're sapiosexual, that like if you're truly sapiosexual, that you don't want to have physical sex. Like
I don't
that
know
your
about that.
your high note is the intellectual piece of it.
I think that gets you to the point where then you want to be physical.
I feel like if you're true sapiosexual, like if that's your
I'm looking it
sexual
up, Megan.
orientation,
so. Isn't
like
it?
if that's your
I don't
sexual
know, like,
orientation,
So let's go back to what we were talking about earlier. If a nigga just wants to smash though, and he recognizes that you're that type of person that would appreciate the conversation
And therefore approaches you that
and therefore
way.
approaches you that way.
Yeah, he getting the buns.
oh,
That's it.
absolutely.
That's it. Yeah.
That's what I'm
all
saying,
day.
though.
No, he's not getting it all day, but I'm just saying there's going to be a high success
High,
rate with
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Now, even
out.
if the person's not that physically appealing in line with my interests,
Right,
like
because
if he
you're
overcomes
like,
that with the
yeah.
intellectual shit, like I'm with it.
Yo, that's how I've made it
Sapiosexual, the
throughout
exact
these years.
definition. Sapiosexual, the exact definition is a person who finds intelligence and the human mind to be the most sexually attractive feature in the opposite sex.
Damn.
So it's
Basically, you can't fuck
not
no dumb
only
Yeah.
not only feature, but the most. So I'm assuming it can ultimately to physicality?
For me, I've been pretty shallow lately. I've been all about
She said,
Yo, you gotta be.
the face and the
fuck
body.
it. YOLO.
Right, and that shit's been like, oh, I bet that I'm that nigga.
Winning.
She really does be like that though. If she walks in the house and she's doing that, I'm like, oh, I guess
Damn.
I know what's happening.
I'm about to hear some shit.
Yeah.
I
about
guess
to
I
hear
know
some
what's
shit.
happening.
I bagged a cuckold.
Nah.
No, but like this was just different. I'm like, man, I'm a mature adult.
So is this like the first time in your life that you've been able to like kind of be this free?
In terms like with my sexuality
yeah,
and things
mhm.
like that, in a sense, because I feel like I gave myself permission.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I feel like when I was single before I got with my ex-husband, I felt like I have social anxiety in a sense. It's so weird. It's off and on. It's hot and cold. It's circumstantial.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and see, like this was when we had the girls group chat. I used to be like, man, I just need in-house dick. I'm sick of being single. I'm sick of it.
In-house dick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's
It's a
really,
thing.
it's a thing.
Wow.
It's a thing.
What's
Yeah.
in-house? Wait, can we?
When you're in a
define that?
relationship, you
And
get
Oh,
you
that's-
in-house
just roll
dick.
over
and
You can
get
just
it.
whenever you want.
Okay.
She just grabs and be like, yo, it's that
This-
time.
This
Like,
me.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We're about to have another daughter. That's cool.
So I wasn't going out. I didn't feel comfortable just being engaging in person and like, yo, I'm gonna go out tonight. I'm gonna make it my goal to maybe meet a fine lad,
Yeah.
you know, invite him back to my place.
Peep the accent. It's really
I said,
important.
Oh, yeah. The intellectual
What's the
accent,
name
that
of
British
this? What's the name of this
British
person
scholar accent comes out.
No, I'm just saying like,
Yeah.
I thought that was slut-like back when I was single before. Now I'm like, you know what?
But
I'm
you're-
not ashamed to admit that companionship is important and that I'm comfortable seeing what's out there for me and just being on the pursuit of like, yo,
I wouldn't forget.
what's out here that's gonna serve me well? Like,
Right.
You know
let's be
what?
real.
I think that's what happens. Women reach their sexual maturity a lot later than men do. Like men are like 21, 23. Women are like 35, 30 something.
You don't use your dick as a tool though.
What do you
No,
mean?
we're just trying.
We're just out here just trying
They
to
don't use
get
their
nut,
dick as
man.
a tool
Also
Oh, yes.
to make
yeah.
life
Yeah.
complete and make balance in life. With us, we're like, okay, I'm the prize and this is how the fuck we gonna do this.
That just comes with age, I
Like,
think.
you're gonna be my man. You're gonna provide. You're gonna do this and that. You're gonna make me laugh. You're gonna eat my food.
shit.
Yo, I feel like
I
if a
thought you were gonna say
nigga
go
can
eat
make
something
a
else.
chick laugh,
You're gonna
What?
and in exchange you will get my vagina. That's how we use our vagina as a tool.
yeah,
But what you're saying though is true. If a dude can make a girl laugh,
it's over.
Yeah, it's
Listen.
rap.
What about when a
There's been-
girl can make a dude laugh?
mannerisms.
It's all-
Oh, that's
Also,
over as
That's-
well. That's double over.
Also, I recently learned in my Twitter research that if a nigga has some dirty ass hands, it's a no go.
Sia, what do you know about that?
I hate dirty fingernails or long fingernails on a guy. You're not touching me. My nana is very sensitive, and if you touch me with some dirty nail, and then like
yeah.
you got like
We went there.
like weed leftover residue and yesterday's fried chicken,
that's fucking
like, that's
disgusting.
disgusting. You're not touching my nana. I'm
Don't
not
dap
getting
me
it.
up either,
yeah,
nigga.
like
Do
yo,
not
it's
dap
not
me up.
happening. Girls, nanas are really sensitive.
They are.
They're really, really
They are.
sensitive.
There's something called bacteria vaginosis that we can get like from the imbalance of our pH. And that can come just from fingering like a nigga with
and
dirty
like, let's
hands.
be 100. I'm 33 years old. Why are you fingering me? Don't like. It's
You can
just
finger
That's
me.
some fucking high school shit.
yeah.
I'm about to be 33. Please finger me as much as you like. It's a foreplay. It's a
No.
Here's
form
the
of
hand
foreplay.
sanitizer here.
I don't.
Just wash
I'm
your
not
hands.
Into it.
Zio's like, yo,
Yo.
No.
I
Nah,
got
I'm,
work in
I'm
the
not
morning.
with that.
Let's
Yeah.
do what it do.
So let me tell you
No,
something
we can
about
foreplay, but it's not just.
the dirty fingernails
Netflix
is
off.
terrible. But here's why I don't do long fingernails.
Yeah.
Back in my youngin days, I've had guys that with fingernails so sharp that it's actually made my vagina bleed.
That it's not fun.
hurts.
It's not a
Like,
fun
fingers.
time.
Touch your fucking nails.
Yo,
My fingernails are nice and short. Like,
yo,
Don't do that.
Fuck those guys.
especially
Use
those
the
dudes with
fingers
the
as a
long
tool.
nails that
You
they used to
get
crack
clippers for
the
Christmas?
blunts with.
It's gross.
Nah.
I'm not gonna lie though.
You're
That's
not
what they use
touching
it
my
for.
vagina.
Yeah,
They
it
like
is.
that booger sugar.
Hence,
Get a
weed
pocket knife.
residue, all
Get a
that stuff.
pocket
that-
knife.
Like, come on, guys, let's get it together.
Yeah,
Let's
I
get it
mean, those are
together.
certain things that I've noticed. But if a dude could definitely make a female laugh, I feel like you're automatically
in there.
Yeah. So
Even if you're not looking to, like, let's be serious. We're married. We're on our road to being the most faithful people that we can. Every
Faithful
day.
Men's Club.
Faithful Men's Club.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Okay.
I'm proud of you.
It's hard, but
Yeah.
even if I'm not trying to smash, if I'm just like carrying conversation with
Yeah.
you, and we're like, yo, you know,
We can maturely speak about what's attractive because here's the
Yeah.
mistake in marriage. You think that all of a sudden your partner's blind. You're not blind. You still have
Yeah,
attraction.
they're not in Bird Box.
It's just exactly. Man, you're good. So it's like there's still an attraction there. It's just a decision on whether or not to act on it, and that's what changes that self-discipline. So, like, we don't have like we know you guys aren't acting on it. It's cool. So here's my question. Do you guys feel that it's hard to find women who can make you laugh, just generally speaking? Because I feel like guys typically have a sense of humor. Like, I
It's
feel
a
like it's a
different sense of humor.
70-30 split.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a 30% chance I'm going to meet a nigga with zero sense of humor, right?
Oh shit.
I feel like, but most men have a sense of humor.
some niggas are corny though.
Yeah.
They're
they're
I don't care if you're
cornballs.
corny. If you're just a
I
happy,
care if you're corny.
if you have that happy spirit and you're making the effort to be funny and fun, like I'm like, oh, that
I
was
might
cute.
actually tell you that your joke
You
was
like
whack.
have funny. She's a bitch.
Yeah.
So,
and
That's
then
that
tell you
beat
how you
chick.
should have changed it so that it could be
but
guidance.
you're super funny. That's the problem.
Guidance.
You're so funny that
That
even
there's not a lot
baseline
of
funny is
people.
not funny.
Yeah.
They're not good enough. They're not worthy.
Comedians. That's why comedians can't date comedians. Like for real. Like
constantly
just, Yeah,
critiquing.
they're critiquing, and then what
Like,
if?
let me be the funny one.
See,
Is that
like
what
that's
you
the thing.
want?
You want
Yeah.
nigga
She
mentality.
wants it,
She want to
nigga
be the.
mentality.
She want to
She's
be
the
that
lead.
dude. She wants to be the
Nah,
lead.
I want someone that can feed into the funny. Like,
Me
because
too.
think
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
different,
You and
though.
I are both funny.
That's
and think
different.
about the cries that we
We do
have
be crying,
together.
but it's different.
If we
Like,
were lovers,
If you're trying
Or-
to
or
one
there you go.
up, if you're trying to
Do you
one
see
up
how
my
this will
funny,
go?
I'm gonna look at you like, no, nigga. But if you're like feeding into my joke, where like now I can build off
You're
of that,
riffing with each other, yeah.
I'm with it. I'm also a mannerisms girl. I've said this a 1,000 times over.
she
Like,
wants y'all to know she's a mannerisms
I'm a
girl.
mannerisms girl.
So
like
if you do
the way a guy
mannerisms like in
moves
your
and, like,
line
certain
of work,
things, if you're like, yeah, I'm all. Yep. Keep that going.
yeah,
Gotta show
yeah.
that confidence at
Yeah,
first.
that's what you
Mannerisms
do.
can go 0 to 100 real
Mannerisms is
quick.
part of
Yeah.
what you do, fam.
One thing
No,
is like, hey,
my
you
girl's
know,
all over that.
What?
She digging your mannerisms,
yeah.
B.
Next thing you know,
Lord, I
she's
love
behind
it.
you like, nigga, what the fuck did you just say to me?
With the hand clapping.
What?
So my
I don't know
question
why.
is, what percentage of females do you feel tend to have a sense of humor that's like
Up your
even
alley?
worth mentioning?
The opposite. The 7:30.
I feel like
So
it's
you feel like
37.
30% of women are
Yeah.
actually funny enough to make you
Yeah.
Yeah.
like make your stomach
Straight up,
hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's rare.
Nigga, we
it
did
really is
30%.
rare.
We did 30?
Yeah.
Are we the 30?
I've had to lie to chicks. Like,
Yeah.
Are we the 30?
Yeah, y'all in the 30.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Are
in the
you
30.
sure? Because
No,
are
for real.
you not?
Like I've heard your podcast and shit. Y'all niggas make me laugh.
Oh,
I think it's
okay.
are hilarious.
All right.
And this is what it is though. Like some females, you had to have a certain like. I don't want to call bitches dumb, but some chicks are just dumb. Like I can't have a conversation with you because you don't know what I'm talking about, or
They don't get the joke.
you don't get the joke. Like shit just goes straight over your
Over
head.
the
Like I
head.
can't talk to you. Like it's like whatever.
Huh.
But when you could be as sarcastic as me and keep the shit going,
That's the thing. I
Yeah,
love
that's
a
the
good
thing.
sarcasm.
it's funny.
Yo, so
That's the only reason
moral
why I
of the
back my
story
girl.
is some funny can do you some good.
Yeah, pretty much. Funny to
Straight
get you
up.
that poom poom.
Yo, something that we were talking about when you guys first got here was nudes being leaked.
Oh
And
man.
we saw a couple pictures.
Oh, you never. I didn't look at them.
Oh, I gotta show them to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
show
let
it to me
her-
while
let
she
her-
runs
So,
it.
Yeah.
little backstory. Go ahead.
So it's fine. So we were looking at nudes. I want you to give the backstory first, though.
Okay, so you guys remember like a couple of months ago, or a year or 2 years ago, this guy was out here stealing celebrities' nudes from the iCloud.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of fighters, MMA fighters, that got their news leaked. So Misha Tate was one. I don't mind that. Misha Tate's got
Yeah,
some
he
buns
doesn't.
and shit.
He
But
doesn't, yeah.
Raquel Pennington,
Sorry, Raquel.
she's a lesbian fighter, and she's the dude in the relationship. You could tell because
She's
her
the
And you can tell by the pictures also.
what's the
Yeah.
proper
The
term?
She's a stud.
picture. What
She's
is-
the
no.
AG, the stud.
The stud, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. She's the dude, and her nudes. I'm looking at them right now. Like I don't know what I'm looking at, but I'm gonna let
We wanna
I'm gonna
get
let
your
Mother Rome
reaction.
look at them. Scroll down.
Mother Rome. Rome. What's the first initial? Like, because I want to know that we're on the same page. Even. Yeah. Say it. I see it.
Okay, so first of all,
You can
I'm
keep
not
scrolling. There's
too
a lot
mad
of
at the
them.
nipples. Actually, these.
I'm so mad at the nipples.
I'm
Time out,
tired of
time
dumb
out,
shits,
time out.
dog.
These nipples.
I want a bird box because of those nipples.
These nipples actually would be really cute with some piercings in them. In my opinion, Yo, Misha
Pennington,
holla
if
at
you're
me.
out here, that's not Misha.
That's not Misha.
Who
That's
is
for Cal
this?
Pennington.
Pennington, holla.
Wow.
The thing that I don't like about this is her tan line from wearing a sports bra. That's the most
That is what
unattractive
you're
piece of
concerned about.
This
That
the
is-
most butch
we're no
shit
friends.
ever, dog. That's the-
wearing
Scroll down.
Doug, look at
I
it.
don't. No, scroll down.
Wow, you even want to look at. Oh,
Yes, exactly.
Oh wait, is this an ad?
That was like a Calvin Klein
I'm
ad, dog.
responding
Like,
to the ad, man. Okay.
Listen.
Oh wow, her pelvis is very manly.
Yeah.
she has no hips.
So listen, even
But
her.
that's
Her
most
vagina's
girl
cute
fighters.
though from the outside.
Look at her
What
poses.
number? Let me pull up the chart.
Yes, please pull up the chart. I can tell you which she is.
she's like 6 or 7.
I think we have the same one.
Oof. Let me look at it again. Then.
Just from the outside, she has no curtains hanging out.
Oh, she does
She's
have a
completely
nice vagina.
bare. Her vagina looks really nice.
Her
from the
vagina's
outside.
all right, but okay. Listen, my point of
Thank
bringing
you.
this up,
Oh my God.
my
No
point
roast
of bringing
beef.
this
Oh
up,
my
yeah,
God.
her
No
drapes are
roast
closed. So with that
Her
being
drapes are
said,
closed.
I think that she's posing like a straight up dude because technically, as you stated, she is a dude in the relationship, but she's got like
Chart.
a whole hand holding her vagina, like if she
She's
has
got her
balls,
dick, yeah.
or penis, whatever. My thing is, why is nobody? Zay, you made up a
Yo.
really good point. Some people need nude guidance.
Yeah, like she must have not had a nude mentor at some point.
Well,
Right.
how do you learn to take
I'm so
nudes, dog? Like,
From friends, from
How?
maybe. you
I
know,
show my friends my nudes all the time. I actually showed Rome a really good video.
It
hey,
wasn't
nigga, look at this
completely
dick pic I'm
nude.
about to
Yeah,
send
no,
this
no,
chick,
no,
dog.
no,
Hey.
no. That's the same
It
thing.
was very
Like if a girl,
seductive.
if a girl tells another girl,
Oh, yeah,
like,
I'd give it to her. That's my friend.
I will be the nude guider out here, the mentor. Anybody needs a service of nude guidance?
Charge for that,
holla
yo.
at
they have
me.
a
Yeah.
service.
No.
It's called Snapchat Premium.
Oh, that's true.
So
Yeah.
what? I do it for the low.
Here's the thing. Okay, first of all, this is an attractive woman to me, just in general. Like if she's not a ugly person.
She's
right?
not ugly. She's not
okay,
ugly.
she's not
but
an ugly person.
I was
It's very
disappointed.
obviously that she's a stud. If I'm imagining the way that studs pose in nudes, I don't think that this is out of line with the way, because you got to think she's looking to attract a lesbian female. I think a lesbian female would be attracted to this. Now, don't connect
Listen,
that to why
dived
I'm
in the
okay
girl
with this.
pond. I'm not attracted
So
to
that's
any
my
of
point.
that.
Being that she's in that community,
I did not know this.
she was in a relationship with a female for a very long time.
What the
You didn't
fuck?
know that?
No, I didn't know
No,
this.
she said
Nah.
that last time.
Nah.
Yeah, she was
Must have
in a
went over my head.
committed, long-term relationship with a female.
Were you in the episode, bro?
Was I?
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, so that being said, I'm surprised that you don't find any
No.
of this okay.
I do not.
My only issue is that the lack of hips and that the boobs have a weird tan line. Other than that, she has my support.
Her nipples are weird.
Well, I say she's
You can't
number
change
6
that,
on
fam.
the pussy chart.
Like,
She's the number what?
Number 6.
Dame
That's what I
ver.
said, 6 or 7.
Wow, Serge, you've been examining that shit hard body, have you not?
yeah,
We have
yeah.
it engraved.
I'm only gonna
actually.
look at one
That
the
was
rest of
me,
my
number
life.
6.
Definitely not 7.
6 for sure.
6 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 for sure.
Well, so now y'all know.
Yep.
Well, she got.
I've
framed.
actually sent this. This is really great for just, just getting a guide. But I just tell people, here's the chart. Don't tell me where you stand.
Okay.
Just take the chart for yourself.
Okay, so then we might have
'Cause-
overstepped.
We already established that
Damn
before.
it. So, do you guys have anything that you brought to the table that you want to discuss?
Yes.
Any ratchetry?
Yes. So we were
Okay.
talking about in the group chat. One of the things that we mentioned was about how females out here and the double standard. So, like, if the whole flirting with a dude, what is considered flirting in 2018?
Wow.
Fucking.
Wow.
Nah, I'm
that's
kidding.
actually.
I feel like that's
I was
how it
like,
Valid
whoa.
goes.
point.
With
Okay.
with Tinder, that's it. Like, there's really no flirting. Is here's a little
like,
quick
hey, what's
line,
up?
and then that's it. Like, at least I feel. But you've dabbled in Tinder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was your experience like with that?
I mean, sometimes you have guys that are straight up like, yo, I'm just trying to get the buns.
Yeah.
And then you have other guys that are actually interested in taking you out and getting to know you and having the whole pen pal situation. So you see a lot of variety.
But I think it's like that in real life too. I feel like
Yeah.
I've definitely had situations. Actually, and honesty is also one of my things. You guys listening? Honesty.
mean, that
Like
should be a given.
blatant,
That should go without saying.
blunt honesty.
Oh.
Like even shit that I probably
So like expressive.
Yeah, like so for example, one of my biggest crushes of all time was because he came up to me and he told me that I was cute, and he's like, do you have a man? And I was like, no, I don't. Why, are you offering? And he goes, no, because I'm not about relationships, I'm just into fucking.
There you go.
And like after that I was like, oh my god, he's so cute, I can't believe he was that honest with me. Like that did something for me. And it's the same way, or some guys court differently. Some guys just tell you up front.
You know what, that's true.
Some guys tell you up front what it is, and some others, put in the work.
To answer the question though about what's flirting, I feel like it could be as subtle as a compliment with a smile.
Yeah.
Right.
And that can be flirting. So I feel like it kind of depends, because I feel like a general compliment like, Susan, wow, those are some nice pants, right? And then Susan's
But what
like,
he's really
thanks,
saying
man.
is,
but then he
wanna
moves
get
on,
in on
make his
that ass.
coffee or whatever.
That ass
But
is
if he's
sick.
like, Susan, those some nice pants, and then she's like, thank you, and he's like, what size are those? You see how it
Follow-up
goes?
question.
You see how it goes?
So are you saying he's gay?
No, what I'm saying
Holy
is
shit.
like,
Oh.
what I'm
That's what
saying
I
is that
gathered.
when it's a little persistent and there's a buildup, that's
Yeah.
when the compliments turn into flirting. When there's a objective assigned to the compliments, that's when it's considered flirting.
Yeah.
What would you consider your flirting style to be if you're flirting with a guy?
yeah, because you see, like I tell you guys all the time, we're living vicariously through you guys.
Okay.
You know what I'm
For
saying? So
What I consider flirting, from like me flirting with a guy.
Yeah, like what would you say your style to flirting?
First of all, if I'm talkative and I'm like just going in and I'm opened up, then you already know.
that was
like,
Friday night.
That means,
that was
yeah, it
I
was.
said it's Friday night.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
If I'm opened up and I'm talking
Pause.
and I'm like, and I'm making a lot of jokes and things, like that's typically my flirt style.
Okay.
I'm not straightforward like, yo, dick print's nice. I'm not gonna say anything like that.
No.
I'm
But
not
if-
gonna say anything.
But
like
is that sexy
But
if
do
a
you
girl was to do
understand
that?
though that there's females that are doing those types
Yes.
of things?
I've seen it. That's why I
I've
mentioned
never
it. I'm
been
not
that lucky.
No, it's,
Like, I have never been that lucky.
So you
The
want a
chicks are
shorty
just-
to come up to you and be
Shorty
like, yo,
to
that's
out.
Yo,
That's
like,
calling
that's
it
like the
out,
dream
fam.
That's like,
scenario.
what?
That's the dream
like,
scenario.
Throw me the oop. Watch me fucking like dunk that shit.
Yeah,
Yo,
for real.
What
dunk
you mean? We fucking in
Dunk
the
it.
bathroom.
Yeah.
right
Like,
now.
yo,
Like, that's
my
it.
thing is like if I'm complimenting you on your outfit,
Jesus.
I like your haircut.
That's the end.
But that takes certain niggas to be like, okay, you gotta be a nigga to catch the clues though.
But
Yeah.
I'll do sexual innuendos like as jokes.
Oh, I
and
do
things
sexual
like
innuendos
that
a
to kind of
lot.
show you that I'm comfortable, like just
Or even as a green
referencing my
light.
sexuality
right,
in front of you,
right.
Because I'm gonna leave the door open for
what
you
you-
to do your
exactly.
thing. Because I'm all
Exactly.
about a man
Okay.
doing what he does.
You gotta world dominate sometimes.
I mean, it depends. Now, if homie's like so irresistible, and I feel like, yo, if I don't pursue this aggressively, I'm gonna lose it. And I'm like, yo, it's going over his head. Homie don't know I'm feeling him. I might be like, what's up with the what's up? Like,
Snatch one time.
it's
like that.
very
you
rare
gonna, like,
that
gotta let him
happens.
know.
Sexual
Niggas is
assault
out here
for
bird
what?
boxing bitches, yo. Like
Very
what the fuck?
rare that happens.
Yo,
but
I'm not even gonna lie. I was like that.
I
like,
would do it if it came down to it.
Yeah, I would, like, a girl would be flirting with me and that shit would go over my head and people were like, yo, like, I
It happens.
missed opportunities.
Niggas would tell you like, yo, she was trying to fuck with
No,
you.
not even. Nobody will tell me anything. It's just like I used to work at a call center and like
Oh.
it was like, yeah, call centers are the worst.
Call centers.
And people would like flirt with me and like I wouldn't see it. But maybe it was because I had just met my girl at the time and we were living together.
So
but
you
I
had
just-
tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Maybe you're such a great guy, bro. That
Maybe.
you don't look at things like that.
But
you know?
with that, like with that whole flirting thing, I showed y'all this video. I didn't show it to you. I should have sent it in the group chat, but it was the video of the dude out with his side piece, and the wife shows up and smacks the shit out of him.
Yep. Spanish chick, glasses. Oh no! Yeah. I'm with this shit.
So as a chick though, like, wouldn't you be more upset at him than the chick?
Then the
You
chick,
should-
But the
be.
way she's sitting there,
she's
like she
embarrassed.
deserved that shit.
Wait, who?
Wait,
the
time
girl
out.
that
Side
got
chick
snatched?
deserved that, because if I'm like
got
the side
slapped.
chick,
Oh, the girl snatched her by the hair. Like she was yelling at the guy.
I'm being real with you.
Snatched the side chick
If
by the hair
I'm the
and was
side
pulling
chick
her.
and wifey shows up, I'm be like, yo, y'all enjoy the rest. Yo, ma, you got the rest of
out.
my French fries. I'll see y'all later.
But it's okay.
She needs
So
to
you
be-
dip? You would dip?
Yeah, I'd be like, yo, y'all.
I would dip too. I'm not gonna front.
Text me.
I would dip. Like
Text me, nigga.
I would hope that she didn't touch me. Like before I even got up to do the dip, just don't touch me. That's where the
don't
line's
touch
gonna
me
be
at all.
crossed.
But I'm gonna
That's what
be like, y'all need to have a conversation. I'm gonna
I'm gonna
dismiss
be like,
myself.
you need to have a conversation with homie. I'm out. Like, holla at you
Because
later.
if you look at the video closely, she's talking to her man first.
Yeah.
And she just
Shorty
stayed
was
there?
still
Bro.
sitting there like she was gonna continue
Yeah, but
on
some
with
people-
this date somehow.
She was
He gonna
embarrassed as
dismiss it.
fuck.
Like,
Nah, she was embarrassed.
Some
nah,
people,
she
I
was
don't.
stupid for sitting there.
I do agree that she was stupid for sitting there. I don't agree that it's because she was just like, oh, we're gonna continue this date afterwards. I think she was genuinely scared that she didn't know how to react.
She didn't know what to do.
She didn't know how to react, so she's
Yo,
literally
like
just.
imagine being caught off guard. You're talking to this nigga who you think he's spending time with me, and you're having dinner, and then some chick like you don't know who this is. She's yelling at him.
Yeah.
And this
I think
nigga's
it
got a
depends on if
100
she knew.
emoji t-shirt. That should tell you what type of nigga he is. Like he's got a 100 emoji on
He
his
got that from the
shirt.
gas station.
I'm saying like
extra large.
you deserve that.
Yo,
Well, listen, she
Like, did she know? Like, like one of the questions is, that, did she know that the nigga had a chick?
I was about to say that's gonna
That's
be
the-
that's
that's
gonna
the
make
one
a
of the things.
qualitative difference
because that might be why she's still there.
because she's probably aloof.
right. Because she's
Maybe
thinking,
she's the side chick.
right.
That's true.
I don't know.
That's a lot of
I
different
just know
things.
that niggas be doing niggas is gonna be niggas, but I've seen shit like this happen with females putting themselves in. This
Oh
situation.
yeah, that's the best when I see girls get caught.
That's what I've
playing the
been
game.
seeing more of, like bitches that just don't give a fuck.
Where the
Like,
dudes team up together and confront the chick they take her somewhere.
bro, they don't give a fuck.
It's happening.
They're just out here, bro.
I actually know someone personally that's playing these games, and I'm just like, it's getting to a point where the circle's getting really small. for
Yeah.
oh
me.
yeah,
you need
Tampa's
some-
like, the
only
shit's-
so big.
It's dangerous. Like y'all
Once
need
the
to realize
homies
people
start
know
having
people.
conversations with you about the same person, it's time to cut it back a little bit.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's the thing. I think that as we grow more popular and more people know us, like I got to be mindful of like, yo,
Facts.
do niggas know niggas? Oh, you play soccer too? Okay, time out.
Nah, because not for nothing. Like once you have a
team.
specific platform, not to like make it sound some type of way, but like people throw themselves at you, which happens.
y'all definitely got. I mean, I told you guys this. You guys definitely have some
Groupies, yeah, y'all got some groupies.
So
you guys
here's-
got groupies.
really?
Yeah.
So I was actually gonna bring
Somebody
that up.
offered to pay for you. Get the fuck out of
I
here.
know, right?
Yeah,
I know,
she's
right?
playing like-
out here, my nigga.
What's the
You
word?
out
She's
here
playing
bullying
aloof
this
right
man.
now. What?
You know?
We got groupies?
Oh, you
You're
being
about-
facetious?
You're
my
about
nigga?
to go to Africa. All expenses paid.
Paid, yo.
Okay,
Come on.
So here's the thing. I was just gonna say, because y'all were talking about flirting, I'm so aloof to like the concept of people getting nervous talking to me. So there's someone I met recently that they flirt with me sometimes on social media, and we just so happened to meet in person one day, and they were a completely different
Oh
person.
yeah, that's the internet shit. You're a different person when you're on.
And-
Yeah, once
but-
that screen is in front of you, you're different.
I'm not saying like he's a different person, but I think that I made him nervous, and I forget that I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm not worth anybody getting nervous over. Like in my head, I don't think I'm a big deal, but every now and
modest.
then you got to remind yourself you might make somebody nervous.
But
out
it's crazy
here.
because that person does be flirting hard body via social media.
So they're a keyboard warrior. They just be out here like
Keyboard savage.
I mean,
like I've met.
he's just very straightforward, and he's a cool guy.
Nothing
but like,
wrong with it.
My thing is that I really don't feel like I'm all that to the point that when you meet me in person that your hands should be sweaty and your heart should be fluttering. Like I don't think I'm that bitch.
That's
You are that bitch.
I am.
that's that
Yeah.
humble shit right there.
You are that bitch.
But never mind, I take that back.
2019. Maybe that's 2019.
2019.
So
New
we
year, new
established that
me.
your flirting style is direct, chatty.
Just opening
Chatty.
the door.
Yeah,
What would you guys say your flirting style is?
I'm definitely a builder.
yeah, for real.
Explain.
Like Bob?
Like for example, I'm gonna come to you and be like, I noticed that you had this yesterday. I'm about to go grab some lunch. Do you want that?
Oh my God.
Pay attention to little shit like
Okay,
that.
Zay, I see you out here in these
That
streets.
type
No,
of
I don't
shit.
see him out here in these streets, guys. I'm
That's
just-
the type of shit I'm talking about. Like for example,
I see you educating the youth.
Yeah, go ahead. Speak on. Speak on.
Yeah.
I can't give niggas all the gems though. Like,
Nah.
that's not-
Drop a little
that's not
bit.
gonna
One
happen.
more.
But no, man, it's just like being straight up and honest. Like one of the things that I used to be, that nice nigga that was like super shy. I'm gonna try to cater to you.
So
like
you're thoughtful.
100%. Right,
But
I
to the
was-
point where they probably take advantage.
that was me
That's where they take
before,
advantage.
right? The new nigga now is more like I can be thoughtful if I feel like you deserve that. If not, I'm just gonna be straight up. Like
Pimp
I
and
could be that
strong.
nigga that does that, or I could be the nigga that's like, "Hey yo, let me put in your butt.
Oh.
What's up?"
Now, CL, do you like a thoughtful guy like that? Is that
Oh,
attractive
I thought that
to
was
you?
going to be a different question. But
That's hilarious.
Do you like it in your butt? No, I'm just saying. Do you like a thoughtful guy like that?
Yeah, I like a thoughtful guy like that. Don't OD with it though. Like,
That's the
don't
thing.
balance.
That's the
don't
thing.
OD with it, because then I'm gonna be looking at you like you're a sucker.
Yeah, like you're
Yeah,
like
you're
that's
her.
exactly. And so when I say that chicks is out here acting like niggas, is because I know chicks that are out here just getting shit.
Yeah.
Just like, yo, have you even done anything? No, like I gave this nigga an hour of my time, and now I have all this shit. And I'm like, yo, bro, you're going about this the complete wrong
Wrong
way
way. Ask
because
him
you
to
have
be my
no
mentor.
chance. What happened?
He asked him to mentor me.
But you should mentor
Yeah,
a few people.
you're-
What are
you're
you
the one
talking
that's getting-
about?
I'm
Africa trip.
telling
Yo, what is
you,
she
I'm so
talking
mad.
about?
Trips.
She be, you
She's
know,
trying to be
this
humble. Nah,
conversation-
this is
the
a
person
lie.
that we were just
Until I
talking
go-
I am
about.
aloof.
The person that we was just talking about, how like they pretend to be a certain type of way on
There
the
you
social.
go.
This is Rome. Rome is that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like-
absolutely, absolutely.
Nah.
Okay, Serge, your flirting style. What's your flirting style?
Damn. I use my sense of humor. Like when I met my wife, and like any girl that I ever talked to before, it was always my sense of humor, just cracking jokes and shit. And I don't know, that always works.
Us ugly niggas got to go about it.
We
a
gotta
different
do it
way.
like, yo,
You know what I'm saying? About we gotta like finesse it where we're like, yo, so do you watch wrestling?
Do you want me to try this move out on
Right,
you?
right. Hey, I like Friends.
This
But
is
what
like
happens
Bird
if she's
Box.
cute and she likes wrestling?
I actually
Yeah,
had
that's
that
even worse.
scenario.
Drip, drip, right?
Yes, that's pretty good.
Came through dripping.
If you knows, if I start naming wrestlers and you're out here like, oh yeah, this was his finishing move, this was the song he came out, I'm like,
see, I don't watch wrestlers. So
you're
I
a
can't.
fucking keeper.
Oh, okay.
You
That's
can
all
talk
it
to me
takes.
about like basketball, and we could like have. I don't need no
You know
bitch
what?
that's gonna give me stats either. Like I don't need you to be
That's
that
too
into
much.
it.
That's too much.
Yeah, but just be like, yo, yeah. I
That's
know
how I
who
felt
this
about
team-
fighting. Like my ex, she finessed me real bad. Like she was like, because
That
I was
bitch.
into fighting. I was training at the time, so I would just watch UFCs and MMA like crazy. And she like, I guess she studied on shit, and she named some things, and I was like, damn, this
You was
bitch
like,
knows
you
fighters.
familiar?
Like, what?
And she brought pussy too.
Wait,
Oh shit!
that's-
son.
yo, I won. I won.
Oh,
Bruh. And nah, that shit was all fake. After that, it was like, I got the dick. I don't need to know any of these fighters anymore.
I mean, are you mad at her for that though?
Nah.
She got her way
Yeah,
into
so
it.
she's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
fraud.
yo, we both got ours at the end of the day.
Honestly, like my wife was the first chick that ever hit me up like, when you get home, I got this for you. And I was like, oh, this is life.
Oh, I've done that
This
before.
happens.
That works too, by the way.
That shit is the shit.
That's it.
Like
That
when they do
works.
some stuff and you're like, what? Like,
I was like, oh.
nobody's ever done this for me.
You love me, love me.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, I was like, that's it after that. And
That's
she
all
could
it-
cook.
I'm struggling with that.
With
What?
what?
The cooking
I'm
part.
struggling. No, I'm struggling in
You too.
general of like showcasing what I can do for you.
Oh.
Because you
I'm
out here like, what can you do for? What have you done for me lately?
No, I want to
But-
call bullshit.
but I keep naturally. I want to mentally play the game of like, what can you do for me?
Mm-hmm.
But I keep naturally wanting to get back into giver mode.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying that's
Just
bullshit.
like, yo,
Because
let me
you
cook for
naturally
you.
are
Let
a
me massage
nurturer.
you.
Yeah.
Let me.
That's why it's Mother Rome, the nurturer, right here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's lying.
I just want to be different.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
What is your guys' reaction when a dude is like, "Hey, ma," like that whole
That verbiage.
that verbiage, like it's not 2005 anymore.
Yo, the what's up?
It depends.
Like, what is the approach that you? Guys
Yeah,
would
what's
say?
the proper like?
The, like,
Especially Rome, you
Opening
out
line.
here, so
Her go.
the hey ma, the psst, the all that stuff that was
She gets
should
more
have been,
DMs than me. Let's be
should
real.
have been left. Should have been left in the 2005. 2005.
Left with Dipset
I
and
don't
all
answer
those
to
guys.
that. Like I'll be walking down the street if you hey mops me, like I will continue to keep on. I've had guys, especially in the city, follow me for blocks, and I'm like, I got frustrated at one point. And I was like, I have a government. You would have more action if you came up to me like, hey, what's your name? Can I talk to you?
Would
for
it
a
really
second?"
would it really help? Like if a dude came up to you like just
excuse
random
me,
nigga.
I just want to let you know
Right,
you're
some random
gorgeous.
nigga.
Yeah, like if somebody would
that
like,
don't turn you off. Like some dude just coming up to you, he's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know."
No.
saw you walking
Because
by.
even if I'm
Pretty.
interested-
Right in my day.
even if I'm interested or in you or not, like I'm gonna literally look at you and be like, thank you, and then I'll just continue my day. Like, but I feel better at that very moment that somebody complimented
Yo, I'm
me.
gonna be real with you. You walking down the street, right? And you're CO or me, but we're gonna focus on CO.
right.
Okay.
And you're like,
Most people do.
madam,
madam.
No, I'm not stopping.
You said madam. You're like, nigga, who
madam,
the fuck?
I just I don't want to take up too much of your time, but you're absolutely stunning.
Oh, thank you.
Now, if you're ugly, she's gonna be like, "Thank you, kindly," and she's gonna keep walking. If you fine, she's gonna be like, "Oh, thank you."
Giggle.
She gonna leave the door open for the conversation to continue for him to give the
okay. I see,
follow.
I
Plus, the
see, I
flirting that
see.
I have, which Rome can co-sign, is like I'm all about the eyes. So like I'll look a certain type of way. I'll do like a little wink, and like that's your green light. That's your
shit,
green light
that's
right
subtlety,
there.
man.
So start with the "you're beautiful."
The
If
BFF
she's
over
waiting
here.
for the follow up, like if she's lingering a little bit,
Yeah.
take that. But if she's like, "Thank you," she's keeping it pushing, leave her alone.
Yeah, there's tips,
Facts.
everybody, on how to
Facts.
bag wrong. See you.
Or bag Rome, you know, whatever.
Me, I don't know. I feel so weird whenever people tell me that I'm beautiful because
I hate that though. Like when girls like say that, like, oh,
It's-
like
yeah.
I don't know, it's a turn off. Like,
It's
yo,
like,
let me
I
take
don't
the
know.
compliment.
It's like I feel like
Take the compliment.
I don't feel like I'm unattractive, but I
you
don't
don't feel like you're
feel
all
like
that.
I fit like this beauty standard. So I always get so shocked when
But
someone
beauty's in
says
the eye of
At
the
the
beholder.
beholder. Yeah.
I still am very shocked.
We go back
every
to
time
Pornhub.
someone
There's
says
so
it.
many categories. There's BBW, PAWG. There's
Yeah,
all that.
Bird Box.
Watching
Sticks.
porn with
Yeah.
your man. What is the standard on that for women?
Wow, that's a
I'm
wonderful
all about
segue.
it. I got
I'm with
pregnant
it.
watching porn.
You're
Like
with it?
automatically, you were just watching it. And
No,
then
no.
boom.
Like literally, I know the day that I got pregnant because I was watching porno with my baby daddy and
Oh shit!
reenacting
Like, yo, let's
shit.
try that.
I'm with it, but I don't want to do it
Just
every
remembered something.
session.
Yeah, no, that would be weird.
What did you say?
I said I'm with it, but I don't want to do it every session.
Oh yeah, no, not every.
I don't want
session.
it to be like, "Hey, we're about to have sex. Cue up the porn."
Nah.
No, but when you're feeling some type of way,
Definitely.
you want to spice it up a little bit.
I mean,
Definitely.
it's definitely research. 14, 15-year-olds, they did a lot of research. Because you got to know what angles, what avenues to go
there's some
down.
shit that you
Where
see in
things
pornos
go.
that you can't
Yeah,
even
but-
do
You know.
in real life.
But that's not realistic. Yeah, I don't. I
I'm
mean,
like-
I
I
just.
mean,
had-
that, yeah.
Some of the shit I've tried, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to catch a cramp.
The fact that
real
you've
fucking
tried.
bad. Yeah.
I saw a meme recently that it said, it said like chicks be like, when your man tries to put you in all these positions that your body doesn't fucking bend that way, you're like, nigga, can you let go of my leg? Like I've been trying
You
to
know
fucking
what?
breathe for the last 10 minutes.
Let's be real. I'm a woman of a particular size, right? And on top of that, I have
Compact.
very short limbs. I'm like sexy midget. That's what
Fun
someone
size.
called me the other
Sexy
day.
midget.
Somebody
Sexy
did call
midget.
her a sexy midget.
Yo,
And
where
the
y'all
thing-
be at? Yo, I
Yeah,
swear.
for real.
Someone called me a
Costco?
sexy midget. So the thing is, like, sometimes I'm down for the attempt because I'm like, I might shock myself.
Right.
Can't.
But if it gets to a point where I'm like, babe, I can't do that, then I'm gonna just like do a Power Ranger
You're
spin
gonna, like,
move out of
unfold?
that shit and
You're
like.
gonna unfold and shit.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime.
But I'm gonna like fold into another position you can't deny. I'm gonna just be like on all fours. Like, hey, let's try this instead.
Domination.
Yo, do girls ever like do things during like the bedroom that you didn't expect that were super surprising? And you're like, God damn,
I
shorty,
want
honey."
like bad or good.
Both.
Well,
Good. You're like, yo,
and then
what
the
the
craziest. And then craziest.
nigga? I gotta hold on to this for a while. Like I gotta make this shit work for a little bit. But if it's whack,
I
but if
don't
it's
even know what it is, but I feel it.
I feel it too.
Yo.
Energy's in the air. Tell me what it was so that I can try it.
but
Right
off
now,
air, off
this
air,
is a
off
safe
air.
zone.
No, but if it's whack, like say like you meet this chick and you
Oh
put time
my
in,
God.
and then like
That
say
shit
like
is trash.
the dome is trash, and she's using teeth and everything, and you're like, oh my god.
Get
And, like
the
she's
fuck
yanking
off.
on it and like
Could've
not
done
even
better
like
myself,
nothing
bitch.
sexy. I'm like, but you don't want to be rude. Like I've run into this problem where you're like, I'm
Oh, no.
I'm going like this, but it's not because it's
I
feeling
can tell-
good. It's because
I
I'm
can
in
tell
pain.
y'all
I'm
what
like,
to do.
Nah, you gotta give direction.
I can tell you what to do.
well,
You can be like-
now I know.
you
I'm
go-
like, hey,
You
come
go,
down.
Mama, less teeth. And then if she don't get it, you be like, all right, just pull it up. Just,
Yo, but that's the
Wrap
shit.
it up.
They make
Wrap
it
it
seem
up,
like
B.
they know what the fuck they doing. Like they just like, yo, come
Well,
here.
you
And I'm
out
like,
here
yo.
to mentor
Finesse.
these people. Well, not anymore, but before.
Finesse.
you can mentor the men.
Yeah, you can mentor the
Mentor
men.
the men
You
on the
gotta tell
road
them
Let
what
them
to
know.
do.
Yeah, just let them know. Be like, hey, like what.
So
Ron
if
said.
Shorty
Less
does
teeth.
something
Less
good in
teeth,
the
less
bedroom that
teeth.
you didn't expect, you're like, I gotta keep this for a little bit.
Yeah,
A
for
little
real.
bit. You marry that shit.
For real. Like if they do something spectacular, put a ring on it.
Oh,
have to.
that's you
That's
guys
that
are so
in-house-
simple.
what is
Wait,
it?
wait.
In-house nana.
So the sex can prompt a ring.
Absolutely.
If everything is
Absolutely.
lines up
I have a better
perfect.
chance than I thought, guys.
Yo, for real, if everything lines up, if the personality's there, if you vibe with that person and they do
And they
shit
can
that they just
smash
blows
like
your
that.
socks off, nigga, what?
All right.
It's over.
That's it.
Sock blowing on its way.
No teeth.
No, teeth.
No teeth. Sock
Let's get the
blowing.
recap.
Can I be real with
From
you?
now.
There's always been this understanding that if a woman has sex too fast or she's too freaky and all that out the gate, and you don't really get a guy the chance to really learn
Know you? Yeah, know you.
then it's like he's
Kills
gonna
it.
only view you as the sex thing.
That's true.
That could be true.
So that's
That's
why they say women should wait. So it's like, how?
to me-
what's the balance? What if? Because let's be real, my ex-husband and I, we had sex the first night.
But listen, but that's stupid
We were
because
together
he's
4
having
years.
sex with you the first night too. So why is it that the females are the ones? That's that masculine, that toxic
Who's
masculinity.
Who's proposing?
the man.
The man.
That's what it goes back to.
Bitches is out here proposing these
Not
days.
me, nigga.
Not
No,
me
that-
either. But I'm
that's
just
weird.
saying.
Would you do that?
No.
Would you do that?
I
No.
felt compelled to do that in the past, and that's when I knew that the relationship wasn't right.
My
Oh,
ex
yeah.
told me to my face, I'm thinking about proposing to you. That's when I knew like this is the beginning of the end. And then I ended up proposing, and then we broke up. But yeah, women nowadays, I think that's cool. For all of them that do, it is not cool. Like that is not cool.
I'm
at
not
all.
doing that.
I'm not
At
either.
all. At all.
But then that also goes back to double standards. Are we expecting the men to be the only ones that propose? The answer is yes. Yes, we are.
Yes.
I think
If you
it comes
believe in
down to
marriage,
individual. It's an individual choice, and for me, I need a man to propose to me. Now I have a question.
I'd have felt weird.
This wasn't going to be part of the show.
Oh.
This wasn't going to be part of the show,
Put
but
my
there's
thinking cap
one
on.
of the questions that have been coming across my lap is, would I get married again?
Okay.
Oh.
If you want to,
We just talked about that. We just talked about this.
Yeah, would
So-
I get married again?
So-
pull it. Yeah, so would I get married again? Yeah, I would. To the right person, and I would want to know if that man wants children, and if he does want children, he's gonna be examined as such. Would you be a good father? That's what the fuck's going on here.
Is
Okay.
your prostate all right? Certain things.
No,
how they're
would you
checked.
make a good father? If I die during childbirth or some crazy shit like that,
that
can you
count
hold
on
it down?
you. Yeah.
Like, I'm really gonna be holding you accountable for all that shit. Now, here's where I am, and I feel like this is so unrealistic. But I feel like I don't want to offer a man, I don't want to tell a man that we are in an exclusive relationship unless he puts a ring on it. And I feel like this is the
I
thing.
see.
People want to be exclusive boyfriend and girlfriend for 3-4 years, then get the ring, then plan the wedding. And I'm like,
I just wasted 3-4 years of my life.
yeah, I took myself off the market for a nigga that don't even want to put a ring on it.
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose of proposing. A nigga letting me know that his intentions are to be with me and
Long-term.
only me.
So I feel like
And then marriage is the true commitment. So my
Yeah.
thing is like, why would I offer you exclusivity before the ring? I'll date you and be like, I really, really like you. I'm really not interested in anyone else because you really just drive me crazy. But I'm not gonna verbally tell you like
Ooh,
like
that
you
might
the
be-
only
that's
one.
gonna be
I'm gonna be like,
tough.
homie, if you want to be the only one, I'm sorry, but you gotta step up. If you feel in some type of way, you gotta put a ring
So
on it.
time
I'm
out.
sorry.
So you down to get engaged in 3 months? Is what you like? Let's
Yes.
say a
If
dude.
it happens.
Okay.
but if I feel like
Wait. So
there's-
though that's my thing. So if
I
you're
am.
saying that, then you gotta be open to that.
However,
also.
I am comfortable being engaged for an extended period of time to allow us to have certain experiences
Yeah.
and to continue to learn one another.
that Ariana
But I am
Grande
not
and-
taking myself off the market for niggas that just want to be possessive and that don't have any real long-term intentions. Like,
plans.
you're not laying your life on the line for me, my nigga, then I can't just take myself off the market for you. That's where I'm at.
Plus, have you ever been in a relationship for a really long time and then shit just goes crazy left and the signs were always there, you just kind of excused them for a
Yeah,
long time,
absolutely.
Yeah.
and then like you realize you just, what the fuck, I could have been doing other shit these last 3 years.
Bro, amen.
Because what
That's
I'm
some real shit.
acknowledging is that life is so beautiful and there's like so many dope people and so many dope personalities. So it's like, if I give you exclusivity, then that means that there could be something better out there for me. And I'm choosing to completely block that off just because
To focus
you're
on you.
interested in me. Nah, nigga, if you interested in me like that, you don't want anyone else to have me like that, then do what the fuck you gotta do.
And not only just that actually like brings up a good topic. Why is it that, for what you're saying, why is it that when girls are not exclusive to their nigga, oh, forget it. It's a bad day for everybody. But a nigga can be completely okay with not being exclusive to a chick, and it should not be held
It's
against
the lock
him.
and key thing. The padlock.
The
joint
bad,
on that
I've never-
fucking.
shitty
I've never
lock
done
and the
that.
shitty key
Well,
and
y'all
all
better
that.
get some different keys, because I'm telling y'all right now.
I got
Here's
the
my
keys,
question.
keys.
So I'm a woman that's telling you the only way I'll be exclusive to you is if you put a ring
That's
on
a
it.
tough
Are you saying
situation.
fuck you? Or does it depend on how much you
No,
like
I'm
her?
not
It depends
saying
on how
fuck
much
you.
I like you.
Yeah.
Like if like you could feel it off the rip. Like when I met my wife, like yo, it was different. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like I'm not the most handiest person. She knows it. So I remember she had me go to her apartment to put something in her shower. And I could not. Yeah, right. And I couldn't like. Yo, it was like a fucking mess. Even though I went in there smacked as fuck too, cause
Liddy.
yeah,
Liddy
but
boys.
yo, she kept fucking with me, and she knew like I'm not the handiest person, and I'm like, damn, like yo, this bitch can see through like my faults and everything. And then like I think it was like we dated for like about a year, and we got a house together and everything, but I hadn't even put a ring on it yet. Like we got a house together and everything, and the next thing you know,
Yeah, lit.
I'm like, yo, let me put a ring on it, cause like if this is how it's gonna be and it's great, like let's do this forever.
Yeah, I did that too. So I'm just saying, if you want to get the ring, let me know. I'll send you a link.
There you go.
Like, it's not
She
gonna
got
be
the ring
expensive.
picked already.
It's not gonna be expensive. I can promise you that.
What if the nigga's just like, yo, so then we don't got to get married though, and then
I'm so okay with that.
and then y'all both just living basically.
I'm not having children without marriage.
It's some.
You don't plan for children though.
I do.
We didn't.
You know, it's very hard to.
Shit.
It just happens sometimes.
It happens. That's life.
Especially
tap
when you're in
and
a
they don't get up.
relationship.
It happens. I
I'm
think.
gonna try.
Attempt.
Yeah, your goal is to have that be that, have it planning for, but it doesn't always happen that way.
I think that a lot of times, shit that happens to us shapes the way that we look at things from that point on.
100%.
So
100%. I'm so the girl that I'm so okay. I mean, ultimately, marriage would be nice, but I'm okay with not being married. Just
Yeah.
because it's a what is this piece of paper gonna do for me?
So that's my question. My
Taxes.
follow up question to what you were saying. Let's say you guys already blow the fuck up, right? We're watching you guys on VH1, and I'm like, I know them, right? Are you guys still getting married? And if you are you getting a prenup?
And you can't only date certain type
I'm
of
getting
niggas
a
after you
prenup.
blow up.
You're getting a prenup?
I'm getting a prenup, but I'm also gonna have a life insurance policy, and I'm gonna have beneficiaries. I'm gonna make sure that whoever I'm with is good
Set,
in the
like,
event that
good.
something happens to me.
Right.
What I am, the thing with the prenup, it's no disrespect to the individual. It's me protecting my assets. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's like for me, it's a form of self-respect. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I put in the work for this. Nobody
Like
else did.
it's a form of self-respect. I have to protect my assets. Now, as for men, as to whether or not they decide to get a prenup, I feel that the child support system these days, if a nigga is making enough money to where a prenup is even a
Why you looking
topic
at
of
me?
discussion. Because the truth is that child support is not enough for the
Child
regular Joe
support is
Schmoes.
definitely not
It's
enough.
not enough for the Joe Schmoes, but for the guys that are really wealthy,
Banking
that
nowadays.
have the assets, the
Taking
child
chicks to
support is
Africa and shit.
it's pretty high enough to where it could take care of mom and it could take care of baby,
Yeah.
and everybody can live a healthy life.
Right.
So I just feel like alimony is a conversation on based on what was acquired post marriage. I feel that I deserve a certain portion of that so I can maintain the lifestyle that was developed post marriage. But I don't feel a woman should necessarily be entitled for the things that he worked on prior to. So
Yeah.
I'm for prenups. But if you just happen to get with a nigga that was the shit before you got married, and then once you got married, he wasn't doing shit anymore, you can really get
Yeah.
screwed. So I feel that if you are going to marry a man with a prenup, you have to really encourage him and continue to focus on building things together, because that's the only way you're going to be able to walk away with a marriage.
Very true.
With some sort of safety net.
I feel like niggas need to just watch your guys' episode to find out what is it exactly you guys need, because you guys do a great job of being completely straight up about this shit.
Okay. Cool. So, I mean, we try to be as transparent as possible. I don't know why people are uncomfortable being transparent, but I,
I mean,
feel
you
the
guys
more,
are kind of intimidating, though.
well, the more
What?
really?
Absolutely.
No, it's not
you guys are
intimidating. I think it's
Zeo
just-
and Rome. Like, you guys have bullets.
Nah, I
and a
don't think. I
picture
think people are just not.
in the middle of the bullets. Like,
Nah, to me, honestly, I think it's the honesty.
Clearly
like
joking,
people
guys.
aren't like used to girls being as honest. Like I've listened to some of y'all podcasts and y'all talk about rabbits, vibrating rabbits, and I don't know what the fuck else. And I'm like, yo, like,
Bro, it's like
It's regular.
But I mean, I feel like we would have conversations like that with each other, and we feel comfortable having conversations like that
but
with
some
other
people
people.
are like, kind of like, what, like, yo, like,
But
I don't know how to take this.
But I feel that that's the problem because niggas be acting like they don't know like
Niggas be
what's
acting
what.
like-
It's just
Like,
they're not used to girls talking that candid. Like again, it goes back to women acting like niggas. Like niggas be talking
Facts.
the most reckless shit
but
ever.
I just feel like the more that you guys know about us, the
and it's better. It's better.
you guys
Yeah,
can
yeah,
serve
yeah.
us.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
No, they're
Yeah.
in agreement
We
to that. I
agree
think
on
what
that.
they're
I'm just
saying.
saying to people that don't
listening,
feel
okay,
comfortable
yeah.
being transparent. That's what I'm saying. I don't know
think
why
that-
more people aren't transparent.
I think that. I mean, you just say it. The homie that we ended up meeting, and you ended up meeting, and he was nervous. I believe that can be intimidating to some people. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, now I'm in their presence. This is weird. I wasn't
Right.
expecting this.
he's probably like, how do I not make it to her next episode?
Well, you
Like,
made it.
what-
You made it.
And actually, that's actually really that you guys
I
were
love
talking
you.
about. You can't fuck with regular niggas when you reach a certain stature.
Yes.
That's true, also in the sense because what happens? Like these people are gonna think I'm not fucking with them because then if they talk about me on the episode, I'm gonna be embarrassed. Like these are how regular dudes think.
Listen,
Facts.
whoever the person I'm talking about is probably going to hear this, and I don't want you to feel embarrassed. What I do want you to feel is that, like,
Don't be scared.
I want you to feel very comfortable.
We're nobodies.
Yeah.
I want you to feel
Pay me no
very
mind.
comfortable. Like this is a safe space.
Buy her a drink.
Like you wouldn't
Start a
be in the
conversation.
circle if niggas didn't embrace you and feel a certain type of way. Like you're a good, cool person. I want you to feel
Hilarious.
comfortable. I don't want you to feel nervous around me. But there's some people that it's like if I don't know you from a can of paint,
yeah.
then that might be a little bit different.
I think
but
that maturity and like just you as a person, how comfortable are you as a person, automatically trumps all of that.
yeah.
Because a couple years ago, I wouldn't feel comfortable going up to a chick like just randomly, like here's like a drink, like let me start a conversation. That was not me at all. Like I said, I was a builder. I had to build my way up to that. Now I'm just like I would start a conversation with anybody if I wanted to.
And not to get too sidetracked, because I want to dig before we go. I want to dig into a little more about what it is that you guys do and all of that. But I did meet also the other night, same party, a guy that really wanted to showcase everything that he did and who he. Oh, I was in the military and I retired and I own real estate and I travel and I really can.
bragging.
How long are you in town? As long as I want to be. And like, okay, nigga, I get it. You got the bag. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Cash out me some
like,
money.
what the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
$sign love my Roman, okay?
and you lunch.
But it's just like the subtle things, like, can I buy you a drink? Or there's other ways to show me that there's some sort of financial security. Like, don't talk about it. Just be
it.
cool. Because at the end of the day, with all of the interactions we have as people, even in platonic situations, is what's in it for me? You know, what does this have to do with me? You owning real estate, what does that have to do with me? Are you gonna split those profits with me?
Right,
Because
right.
like, are you gonna let me? Is like when I go to New York, you gonna let me stay in one of your houses? Like, what? Where is the connection? So you don't have to keep piling it on and telling me all that you do. Like that shit comes out with time as you get to know
No.
someone.
But that also shows you the type of person that person is.
Is
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
Materialistic.
So it's a nice balance if you really want to show a lady that you got it. Like, do something for her.
Right.
But just be subtle. Like, be cool with it. Anyway,
Talking about what we're doing out here in the community. What do you guys do here? Tell us about yourself.
Fresh Room Podcast. Fresh
Serge, let
Room.
them know.
Oh man, we're out here giving voices to everybody in the city that doesn't have a platform. So yeah, you guys aren't really guest based like that, which is cool. Like that's one of the reasons why I fuck
We
with y'all,
fuck
because
with the
y'all
show,
like
yeah.
just you two can keep like carry a whole podcast. But we like to include like people from the city. There's a lot of artists and just people from like interesting people in the city that
Local talent.
that you just don't know about or you've never really heard them speak. And there's been some cats that have come on where I'm like, damn, like this person has a lot to say. But then there's
Not
been
only
some-
that, like people that have come on that we're like, yo, we did not expect. Like we've had niggas on MTV
oh
on
yeah
the show. We've had niggas that are like just talking to certain people. It's crazy. Like I'm a big believer in the 7 degrees of separation.
Yes,
Oh, absolutely.
absolutely.
So it's like the more people that we meet that have come on the show, it's like, oh, so now because you know so and so, I'm like a phone call away from that person if I needed to get in contact with them. So
Shit's real.
it's crazy when you think about, you know, Tampa, not a big city, all this other stuff, but
big enough.
there's a lot of people here that are actually working and just the whole state of Florida, really, from an artist standpoint, from whether it's graphic designers, musicians,
comedians.
it's just crazy right now. And so we try to like give that platform in the city for people that start here, and not just in Tampa, because we've really like broadened it out a lot more.
So you feel like creatives in Tampa, Florida are underrated?
I would say they don't have the platform that we set out to try to provide for them. Because, for example, if I hear your music, there's a person behind that music, right? So the way that I always went about in my thought process is, what else does that person like to do? What do they sound like? What do they talk like?
You appreciate them more.
Like, I've seen interviews that have led me to be a bigger fan of an artist based on that interview, or have made me go back and re-listen to something.
Gave that personal, or it humanized
like
them.
that backstory to them. Some artists don't need that. Some artists thrive off of that mysterious
just
feature.
bullshit,
to them.
So speaking of backstories, like, how do you guys know each other? What led you to start Fresh Room and then evolve into Fresh Room Podcast?
Fuck.
So I know you guys still do both, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I had a podcast that was called Room 631, and they had Freshen Up guys. It was him and his brother originally.
Yeah.
I think, was it you or Gabe that hit me up?
I think it was me.
It was, yeah. So he hit me up on social media. He's like, yo, we see you doing your thing. You want to come through? So they were up the street from like my house. So I went to go check them out. And I liked the vibe. I like what they were doing. They had a whole setup, but they didn't have they didn't have audio.
Good enough audio. Like this audio setup right now is
perfect.
A1 sauce right here.
Yeah.
Drip,
Thank
drip,
you.
drip, drip, right. We had a USB mic which we called Robo Dick. And
Because it looked like
it was one mic that we would put. So let's say, for example, if it was us four right now having an
Sit
interview,
right
it would
there.
be right in the middle.
and we'd all be talking.
And we would all be talking as loud as possible into the mic so that we could pick up everything.
That's
And
probably what other people have when we listen to their shit.
and that's
And
what
you
we
hear
use
everything.
because it picks up so much. He came through. He had his own like audio equipment, so it's like, "Yo, what's up? Like, help us." And then he was more behind the camera for a little bit, and then eventually I was like, "Yo, let's just combine everything together and bring it that way." Because from my standpoint, like, there's so many people that we came across that also do podcasts, and so how you have like NPR or you have like TED Talks, right? Under those or that was a horrible example. ESPN, for example, ESPN has Sports Center. ESPN has First Take. Then they have ESPN 30 for 30. So they're all under ESPN though.
Or like
right?
the TMZ dynamic. We
Yeah,
have like
yeah.
rock rants.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
The
So
Man
that
Lathan,
my
all that.
mindset when we combined the shows was, well, Freshen Up is the network, Room 6 or the Fresh Room is the main podcast, right? Any other podcast that comes, because we always like to do that where we worked with other artists like Coral, shout out to her.
Coral, yeah.
Her podcast is called Soapbox, where she just went out and interviewed people from all different walks, like psychologists, painters, all types of stuff.
King Lola's out here doing her thing too.
Yeah, King Lola with disrespectfully speaking. Like, we'll come across people that are doing their own podcast and reach out to them and be like, hey, if you want, we'll partner with you. There's no money being exchanged here. It's a straight up
promoting each
Off
other.
strength.
off
Yeah.
strength. We'll help you promote it because we fuck with what you're doing. And in part, you help us promote what we're doing. And it's just building up that network.
Yeah, I agree to that. I agree to
Yeah.
that.
And that was like the whole mindset of where we're at now. We recently moved, so now the tattoo shop went from being in the, what would you call it, like the TC area of Tampa, I guess.
The hood.
I guess like
but
Waters and
now the shop
Armenia.
is in Ybor, so they're renovating it and everything like that. So start January, we're gonna be back up and running,
Nice.
doing our shit. In the meantime, we've been, just working, networking, going to different events. We went to our first Art Basel this year, which is dope.
Nice.
That was a great experience because when niggas come up to you, and this is I'm not Rome. Rome was very modest. I'm not gonna be modest right now because I've worked very hard for this.
Okay, that's
when
what I was
niggas come
saying.
up to you in a whole different city, like, yo, y'all do that freshen up shit, right? I know the shop and I know blah blah. That shit is dope, nigga. Like, I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah.
When you put time and work into something that is a thankless job, Like, we don't get paid for this right now. This is something we do off of the love that we have for
Yeah,
it.
for real.
And somebody comes and recognizes that. That's dope.
I mean, Rome,
That's only happened once.
when you saw the our CEO in Rome sticker in A3C, I'm sure you felt some type of way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
did.
that's dope as fuck.
And I did have someone approach and be like, don't I know you from somewhere? Don't you have the
Yeah.
podcast? Like, that feels really good because, again, all the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into what we do. You know, people just, they listen casually and they don't realize all the work that goes behind it. So,
Facts, 100%.
like, yo, if you acknowledging me for the podcast shit, I'm going to be like, thank you.
You guys are
'Cause we
definitely
the
doing
shit.
work out here, though. Like, I see you guys constantly, like, trying to make moves.
I mean, we try.
Yeah.
We try. We definitely try. The one thing that I will say about Tampa is that you come across certain hurdles. So when I say hurdles, I mean to say it in a way of like it needs to be improved upon, right? So the chance to improve the opportunity is there. I'm very much of the mindset that Tampa could be a big hub. Like right now, there's no industry for what we do in the city. We are literally like making something out of nothing. Whereas when you go to New York, when you go to like the
already there.
LA's,
It's
there's
You already
a
have the
whole
foundation.
It's already established.
platform. There's a whole industry of just what we do.
What do you guys think about the collaborative spaces that are unique to artists? They even have lofts and in apartments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like this in New York, that it's strictly for artists, and then they'll have spaces that really just support that.
Yeah, that you could.
creativity.
That you
We
could
need
literally.
something like that in
You
Tampa.
could. You could literally. You could
I've been
literally
saying
rent.
that, yeah.
You could literally rent out space for your YouTube channel per hour. Like in these places like New York, LA, they have those spaces already set up. That's one of the things that we've talked about in excess. Like
all the time.
Imagine a space where you could just walk into that you knew
Has
that was an
everything.
event space that you guys could pull up. Instead of doing it in your home, you have a space that you guys could use for your shop, for your.
It has
for your
everything there
podcast.
for
It
you.
has everything that you need already. Somebody wants to start a podcast. Well, here's a space designated for you to be able to use
Yeah.
it. You have a green screen you could use. You have all of these things.
It's like
to
when
your
you book
disposal.
studio sessions. It would
Exactly.
be
Unless it's
Yeah.
not segmented, it's really just focused around all the creative arts as
Correct.
a whole.
Right,
Yeah,
you have a
it's everything.
studio in
Yeah.
there, so artists can come
Photography
and record
space,
Right.
everything.
all of that under one roof would make it huge. Now, the thing about that is, Tampa is also a city that's still very much like ran by older folks. Like that entertainment mindset, that creative mindset, is one of those things that isn't as big as it is in other places that have this as a driving force in that industry. You know, so I feel like that's big, and I feel like we're gonna get to that point eventually. It's just a matter of taking those baby steps to get there.
The thing with the arts as well, is that the profitability dynamic. It's like thinking about
Yeah.
it. Like if I have the means to start, like let's say all four of us decided to put our resources together and open a space like this, how long will we be able to keep it running before we're like, we can't afford to do
Yeah,
this anymore?
that's
Well, that's
That's
where
the problem.
sponsors come in,
Yeah.
and that's where like all of these other things have to take place.
Yeah, so
But-
it's a lot that goes into that. So I think that the collaborative effort needs to be one of such that people are like, look, we're in this for the long haul. We're committed to this no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
this is a thing. This
Yeah, I
is a
think-
long-term commitment.
I think podcasting is too new too for a lot of like people to really like jump on board to be sponsors. Like,
Yeah,
you do what?
But
Like,
but one thing that me and Rome have spoken about in the past is the fact that you guys have been doing this for some time. We've only been a year and some, but because podcast is not that big, once it blows up, because it's going to blow up. I like to reference it like podcasting is to radio what Uber was to taxis.
True.
So I think that once it blows up, people in this room are going to be the alumni. They're going to be the people who
Yeah.
have been in the
We're
game
gonna
for a
be the
minute.
And
ones that
whoever
they come
survives
to.
and doesn't quit.
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Because
you see that a lot right
unfortunately,
now. Yeah.
I'm not going to say any names.
Yeah,
but there's
no.
at
Yeah, we
least
know.
They're out
three-
there.
There's at least 3 podcasts that I loved that I'm like, yo,
They go on hiatuses. And
anything
then,
these niggas do, like, I'm with it. One of them quit because family stuff happens. So that killed that project. The other podcast, I don't know exactly what happened to them. And then
they be on and off all the time.
no, but there's one now that recently announced that they're done. They have one episode left.
Oh
and
shit.
they're done.
Oh, yeah,
Done.
yeah.
And I'm just like, wow. It's like, I respect people's decision knowing. I think Oprah said this. Oprah said that if you're going to come to an end, it's always better to end it yourself than to have someone step in and tell you that it's
that's
over. So I have a huge respect for people identifying when they can't keep it going any longer. However, because podcasting is so new, that those who do have the long game in them, nigga,
It's a wrap.
Yeah, you gotta have a vision.
nigga,
Yeah.
You gotta have
10
a
years
vision,
from now,
yeah.
you gonna be the shit.
So where do you guys see yourself going in 2019? Is there any set goals that are gonna?
Definitely have set goals. We're trying to do our first like own Art Basel event in 2019.
We've been talking about it for a
We're
while.
trying to set up like our own different events throughout the year that are just completely different than when you always go in. Like kind of how we did with the Tampa Deconstructed show.
Yes.
Like just more shit like that that's eye-catching to people and completely different than anything else.
Okay.
That's
And
interesting.
if there's anything we could do
Yeah,
to support
seriously.
and be a part of that,
I just want to thank you guys for having us on.
Oh, for real.
Yeah.
And it shows that, you know, even though we do the same thing and we all have the same goals in mind, like we can work together towards a common goal.
Yeah, there has
Oh,
to
of
be no
course.
hate. Like a lot of people end up hating and like, oh, if I promote them, I'm not going to be able to
Right.
shine. That's
Yeah.
not the case.
And ultimately, what we
It's a lot
do
of
is
that dumb
different. We
shit
both bring
out here.
different great things to the table. So
Correct.
I just feel like that's crabs in a barrel mentality.
Yeah,
when people
basically.
don't wanna-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree
Collaborate.
It's hard for
100%.
people to get out of that mentality.
And like I tell you guys all the time, don't change. Shit is hilarious. I love y'all.
Thank you.
No, you guys
For
keep
real.
doing what you're doing.
Where can our listeners find you guys?
Oh, at Freshen Up Guys at
Fresh Room Podcast on IG.
Give them your personal one so if they want to shoot their
Serg
shot.
631.
Oh, cool.
professionally speaking?
Professionally speaking.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant.
Professional.
And you can find us on YouTube. Freshen Up Guys.
Freshen Up Guys. Just type in Freshen Up and it'll pop up.
Always.
My personal Instagram is Freshen Up Zae. A lot of people ask me like, "Yo, what is your name?" I'm like, "It's Zae," and they're like, "Well, what's
That's
your-"
all you gotta know.
That's
Stop
all you gotta
asking
know, bro.
questions.
Like, that's been my nickname for I don't know, since I was 13. That's been my nickname.
Wow.
So
Well,
Okay.
thank you guys for coming and joining
Absolutely.
our crazy.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Episode 69.
episode
Treyway.
69, we survived a dog attack.
Yeah,
so-
man. I feel like I got carried away with the time. I'm like, this episode could go on forever.
It's a Joe Rogan episode.
Yo, Bird Box with the dick. What are we calling it? Okay.
Bird box
Anyway.
these niggas.
Yo, me too.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.